What is up, my peoples? This is Edgar OtraVez. On today's show, I have a friend that I have not connected with in such a long time. It was great talking to him today. My friend, Jiu Jitsu brown belt, Eladio Lara. A great guy, super freakishly strong, really down-to-earth nice guy. Definitely one of the nicest guys I know that can kick your butt. Today's topic will be the movie Born a Champion. Just so you know, it's a jiu-jitsu movie. I love it. If you like jiu-jitsu and you like kung fu movies and you like that kind of stuff, stop the podcast now. Go watch this movie. It's called Born a Champion. It was recently released on January 22nd, 2021. It's directed by Alex Ranarivelo, and the story is actually by Sean Patrick Flannery, who's also starring in the movie alongside Katrina Bowden and Maurice Comte. Don't forget to check out our brand new website at theflowropodcast.com. There you can find all our content and links to our store so that you can get yourself a fancy mug, a throw pillow, what have you. Please like, subscribe, and comment wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as The Flowro and give us a shout. It was great connecting with my friend. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I really had a great time talking to my friend. I haven't talked to him in a long time. So here's the show. Enjoy. So, welcome to another episode of the Flowro Podcast. This is Edgar OtraVez. And today on the show, I have my good friend, Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, Eladio Lara, from back in the day, bro. What's up, man? How long has it been since I seen you last, bro?
What's up, brother, man? Man, it's been, God, I want to say 2013.
Jesus Christ.
Well, actually, no. You visited.
I visited your dojo at one point, or your gym, yeah.
That was like what, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago.
That sounds about right, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been chatting here and there, and we'll see each other on Facebook and stuff. But like not too long ago, you sent me a video, something from BJJ Fanatics. And you're like, oh, check this guy out. He's giving away stuff. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I said, man, it's been a long time since I talked to my boy fucking Eladio, man. And we kind of reconnected, man. But it was, you're one of those guys at the gym, man. Like, nicest guy. Took to jiu-jitsu, like, immediately. And then just started kicking everybody's ass. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? I'm a fucking blue belt. This guy's whooping my ass. And so now you're a brown belt, bro. So how's that, man?
You know what, man? I haven't trained in quite some time, brother, to be honest with you. A few months back, I tried going back into the gym, and it was that one time. That was it. I haven't been on the mats for about, 6 months. But before that one time, it was about a year and a half since I've rolled, man. But just, I actually stopped training before COVID.
Uh-huh.
I say a few months just because I had a lot of things going on, personal things. But towards the end, when I was ready to start training again, COVID hit, and here we are, all of us struggling to get a training session in.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear
you.
Well,
I have my brown belt, but I'm like a really high-end purple belt, I think, because it's like, I don't even know any foot locks, any the leg locks or anything like that.
Well, I sent you a bunch of leg locks, man.
You did, and I still have to check that out, man.
You got to check those out, bro.
Definitely.
They're good. The funny thing, I was thinking like, oh shit, I know leg locks, right? Like I know my shit, right? And so I start training at this one gym, right? And it's a bigger gym. It's a little, it's got the facilities for a fight gym, but it doesn't really have any fighters. And there was this one guy who, like, I thought I knew leg locks, bro. Nah, bro, I don't know leg locks, bro. Nah. This guy went from bam, 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 and I was like, shit, I was just like fucking defending, bro. Like getting out of one leg lock, and I get out of foot lock, and then he fucking throw in a heel hook, and then and I'm like, oh, shit, and then a knee bar, and I'm like, oh shit, and all I was doing was defending, right? And I was like, man, I should have never fucking pulled guard, never should have tried fuck. Because then, like, right there and then, dude popped my knee. And I was like, fuck. And then it was like the first time I rolled with anybody with leg locks. It was like it was a stupid move because I don't know the guy, right? And I don't know what his mindset is like, or
Exactly.
what kind of person he is. Like some guys get spazzy on the mat, you know.
They get super aggressive with somebody they don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was
Yeah.
just like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone to the footlocks. I should have just played a regular game. And so my knee popped, and my knee hasn't been the same ever since.
Oh, it sucks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, it's a whole new world, man. The leg locks, that's a different animal, man.
it
You know,
is.
when start attacking the legs. But I'm anxious to get back on the mats, man. Hopefully, plan is hopefully sometime this month. And yeah, I really want to start training the legs.
Yeah, I would recommend first off, just in terms in general for leg locks, is if you're gonna roll with someone who you're gonna roll with legs, like okay, I'm gonna attack your legs.
Hmm.
Make it clear that's gonna be something you're gonna be working on during the roll, and also um, let them know. Don't be a dick, like
Yeah,
if we're wearing a gi, don't throw on a fucking heel hook because you can't really get out of a heel hook in a gi very well because there's too much drag, right?
yeah, yeah,
So there's all those little things, right? And then, but more than anything, like make sure you're rolling with someone who you trust that when you tap, they're gonna let go. You don't get a fucking whether a tree stump. What's the name of that guy?
Filaris,
Okay, Paul Harris.
Polaris. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get a fucking Paul Harris.
No.
Because then you're not gonna have any legs, bro. You're not gonna be able to walk home.
No, exactly. No.
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
But more than anything, when you're attacking the legs, make sure you have control of the position, because I've seen it too. Like I've seen Cyborg roll where a guy really knows his legs, and Cyborg is rolling, and the guy's attacking his legs, and then as soon as the guy puts his arm on that heel, he taps. It's like fuck it, you got me. Like there's nothing I can do now, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about control. If you got the control, then the moment you put your arm on that leg, he's gonna tap if he knows better. And if he doesn't, then let it go.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to be is the fucking asshole in the gym that hurts everybody.
Yeah, exactly. No, man. No, I get you. It's like, once I actually start training and actually start rolling with, we get to attack the legs. It's not like, sometimes you get caught in an armbar and, you try to go through those escapes, at what point, okay, I'm caught. I got to tap unless it comes up really quick,
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the legs, I mean, you pretty much got an idea. Okay, the guy got you.
Yeah.
I'm tapping. You know what I mean? You get caught, just tap.
Just tap. Yeah.
Just tap, man.
And like, especially with that, like, what's the pride? What pride? What good is your pride when you can't walk?
It has no place in the gym, man, to be honest with you.
No.
Pride has no place in the gym. And that's the first thing people got to understand, especially the newcomers. You know what I mean? They got to understand that, you got to check that pride in the door because it's not going to get you anywhere, especially not with jiu-jitsu, man.
No. Especially if you're rolling with a beast, an animal who can who grab your legs. If he's nice, he's gonna let you go, right? He's like he in his head, he's like, I got you.
He just won't crank it as hard,
Yeah.
He'll just give you that little crank, like, hey, I got you.
Yeah, but if
I got you.
Exactly, right? It's like, I got you. I got you. You can say you got out, but I got you.
That's it.
But if you get one of these merciless beasts who just like who want the fucking tap. Oh, dude, that you better tap because you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, especially like, I mean, I know some places like the lower belts be showing leg locks, which is cool.
Yeah,
it's I agree that at some point you should be taught leg locks. Maybe not have to wait till you brown belt, but you got these guys fresh blue belts learning leg locks. That's kind of scary, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree to a certain extent. Like I agree with both trains of thoughts. Like you need to be exposed. Right.
Absolutely. 100%.
But you also gotta be like, you gotta have the right mindset, like, and maturity. And if you're just like a young buck, 18-year-old psycho, we've all been there.
Getting in there just
fucking ripping legs and shit.
Just want to freaking kill everybody.
Yeah. My middle-aged ass don't want to roll with that kid.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
You look at that guy like, damn, didn't he just go like 2 10-minute rounds and he's still got all this energy. No,
I'm like, no, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
There was this at that gym I was telling you about. There was this one fucking psycho. He showed up and like I saw him twice. Like this was the second time I seen this kid, right? And I already knew he was young, strong, fucking hairy. You know, didn't clip his toenails.
He's a beast overall.
He was just a fucking animal, man. I'm not even sure he was human. He might have been like a Sasquatch or some shit.
That's hilarious.
But like he showed up, he was like fucking 5 foot tall. But he was like 19 and just like, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like the coach goes, hey man, you go fucking, why don't you practice with that guy? I'm like, all right. I was sticking out to help, you know, like I was just being his practice dummy, helping him, you know, show stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, okay, I'll go and like partner up with this guy, right? And like the coach knew something, man, because he saw that guy and was just like, I can't give him to a regular person. I'm gonna have to give him to one of my higher belts, right?
One of those guys.
Yep. Yeah. So I go up to this
guy.
Every
gym has one.
Fucking psycho, bro.
Yeah.
He was a fucking psycho. So the fucking guy, like we were training. It was just like a simple like bear hug kind of trip or something that we were doing. We're just kind of, you know, because the coach that I work with, he knows throws, right? He's got a little judo. He's a black belt in judo as well. And so this guy, the guy I was training with, you know, all you have to do, it's just a trip. You just grab the side of the body, you stick your leg out, you trip the guy behind him and he falls, right? And no, this motherfucker wanted to body slam me. Every time he went for the trip, he wouldn't stick his foot out. He'd lift me up. And I'm like, whoa, slow it down, bud. I'm 45.
He's fighting like a UFC scout was watching, right?
Yeah, fuck, bro. I was like, dude, we're just practicing.
Like, relax. Take it down a notch or two.
Yeah.
Or 10.
Yeah, I was like, chill out, motherfucker. You don't have to lift me. You just trip me. You trip me. It's a trip. He's like, oh, okay. How do you do that? Like this. And I go and I show him, and I'm like, you see, I'm not picking you up. Yeah. Yes. No muscle. I'm just tripping you.
Technique.
Yeah, I'm just pulling you to the ground. No, okay, I got it. Grabs me, fucking lifts me. I'm like, motherfucker, what are you? He wanted to souffle me, bro.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And I was just like, fuck, bro. What
was his background? Had he been training long, or
no,
was he one of those wrestlers?
He was a wrestler, bro. You got it. You got it. He's a wrestler, bro. You got it. So then like that was one time I saw him, and then later that night he like stuck around and shit, and I had rolled, you know, a bunch of other guys showed up, and I was rolling with all the guys I know and trust, you know, and so then I got to a point where I was like, fuck, you know, I'm done, right? I've rolled, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times, and I was like, I still got a little in the tank, but you get to that point where it's just like, if I go one more, I think I'm gonna get hurt. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's when you should listen to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you don't though. You know, that's when you get hurt.
That's when you get hurt. And I was just like, I really pushed it tonight. You know, I'm not exhausted.
Feeling good. Still got a little energy.
Yes, exactly.
Let's call it the night. You know?
Exactly. Let's end on top.
Don't go in for the kiss.
No.
Right? Don't go in for the kiss. Everything's working. Wait for the second day, right?
Yes. Right now you're a gentleman.
Exactly. But no,
you gotta
go in.
Yeah. So then I was sitting on the side, and I've had enough fucking sparring sessions to know better, right? So I'm sitting on the side, and the fucking animal walks up to me, right? And he's like, hey man, you want to spar? And I'm like, I look at him and I'm like, no, this fucking guy is gonna hurt me. He wants to hurt me. I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And he does one of these, you know,
No,
like,
he didn't.
Yeah, he did. I was just like, you know, if I was younger, I'd rip this guy.
All over it.
I'd be all over it. But nah, fuck this. I want to go home. I don't want to end up in an ambulance. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I got
stuck not training for a couple of weeks because of it, you know?
Yeah, because this fucking guy wants to slam me, you know?
Exactly.
I'm good, bro. You go ahead. You know, why don't you roll with that guy over there, that purple belt or that brown belt over there? Go roll with that guy, you know? Yeah, and he did. He went over there and that guy fucking kicked his ass. But I was like, that's good. That's not me. I don't want to.
There you go. Exactly, man. Like, keep your void rage off my radar, you know?
Exactly, bro. Oh, yeah, he he did that little like, you know, like, all right, bro. All right. Yeah, like you almost got me going, man. You almost got my fucking blood rushing, bro.
Exactly. You almost got the caveman out of me for a second, but you know what? No, I know better.
I know better. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. The
Exactly.
reason I can't go up right now is because I can't even get off this fucking mat because I'm sore.
Yep.
Fuck that shit. But
Yeah.
so anyway, like let's get to this movie, bro. Like this movie is called Born a Champion, and it's directed by Alex Ranarivelo. Oh God, I butchered that. Ranarivelo. Forgive me, sir.
Ranarivelo or something like that.
Yeah,
Alex Ranarivelo. Yeah, he
Ranarivelo.
screenwrote it. He wrote the screenplay with Sean Patrick Flannery, right?
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah, because
So
it says right here, Sean Patrick Flannery. I'm looking at IMDb. Sean Patrick Flannery is one of the writers on the story.
yeah.
And so is the director.
Yeah.
So let me just say, man, when you brought this movie to me, I was like, oh, it's just another fight movie. This movie, I really thoroughly enjoyed. I know, like, let me preface this for our listeners who might be interested in this movie. There's the drama and the cheese is on top of this, but I like my movies with extra cheese, man.
The
This
Parmesan, right?
with a Parmesan, mozzarella, throw all that shit, American, fucking Chihuahua cheese, throw it all on
There
there,
you
bro.
go. Can't leave out the Chihuahua.
No, I can't leave. I got fucking hell yeah. But it is a great movie. I really thoroughly enjoyed. But like, how did you come across this movie?
You know what? I don't remember. I think I was going through a bunch of trailers, and it came out and it said, oh no, I was actually, yeah, it was a trailer that I saw, Jiu-Jitsu fighter. I'm like, oh, okay, let's I gotta see this. This coming from having seen the previews for Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage. I'm like, okay, they're gonna butcher Jiu-Jitsu again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, all right. So let me take a peek at it, and just out of curiosity, and then man, it looked interesting, man. It looked like legit jujitsu. Like, obviously the whole story wasn't about jujitsu, your MMA and stuff like that. But the fact that Sean Patrick Flannery was the way he talked about jujitsu, I'm like, this guy he trains, or he must have trained. And this is before I actually looked him up, because actually once I saw the movie and I saw him actually doing jiu-jitsu, I'm like, this guy has to train,
Yeah.
I look him up. Sure enough, dude, he's a freaking, I think, a second or third degree black belt.
Yeah, he's a black belt. He's
under Henzo Gracie. I think he started back in 1999 with Hickson. I think I read somewhere.
I don't know.
Been doing it since.
I don't know who he's a black belt under. I saw it in the notes that he's a black belt, but I can't remember who he trained with. But he's a legit black belt.
Yeah, like he is legit.
He's a legit black belt, and you can tell in the story. And I mean, this I'm telling you right now, if you like jiu-jitsu and if you like some of this cheese, like I like some of this cheese, then go watch the movie. You could stop the podcast right now, go watch the movie, because we're about to spoil everything from here on out.
Yep.
But like, if you're kind of sort of interested, or you don't care about spoilers, you've been warned. All right. But as far as like, he's a legit black belt, and you can tell because he did what kung fu movies do in certain cases, where there's like the secret move. There's the secret move that destroys the bad guy, right? It's like you do this move, and then he doesn't matter what his style is, how good he is, you got him, right?
It's that 6-inch punch.
Is that 6-inch punch, exactly, right? Yeah. Or the 5-finger death punch thing that they did in the bride did to Kill Bill. So like he did this awesome thing. He takes the person's back, right? And then he captures, he grabs onto their wrists, throws them onto their stomach, then attacks for a Mataleon. And I was just like, oh shit, he can't tap.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, bro.
And all basic jiu-jitsu, bro. All basic jiu-jitsu, taking the back, flatten them out, going for the Mataleon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's like jiu-jitsu 101, bro. It's nothing fancy, nothing flashy,
No, but
straight up jiu-jitsu.
It's straight up jiu-jitsu, and it's fucking like real legit shit, right? And but it's crazy because he even like he grabs the wrists from the back, right? He flips the guy to his stomach, so now his hands are trapped underneath him, right? So he can't tap.
Can't
And
tap.
he can't tap. So he goes for the mataleon, the rear naked choke. But he does it. He like kicks the guy. He unhooks one of the legs. He picks it. He hooks underneath the leg, throws the guy onto his stomach. It's fucking awesome, bro.
It's kind of equivalent like in Bloodsport how Van Damme made Bolo Young say mate.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same. I felt the same thing. Like, oh, he just didn't tap him. He made him say mate, and he did it for everybody,
Oh yeah, and and in this case, it was Edson Barboza plays the bad guy.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute,
Yep.
is that can't be? No, that can't be. It's it. Is it? And I'm like, I remember like I was like, holy shit! I remember pausing the movie and then looking it up. Meanwhile, like I made the whole family watch this movie. Like me, my wife. My wife was like, she's like, I can't watch this anymore. I was like, I'm crying. She's like, because it's very dramatic. It's
it is.
It's like thing after thing happens to this guy. Like the fucking the sun never shines on this fucking guy, right? The whole movie, this guy's just getting shit on. Like the life is just throwing him curveball after curveball, and then in the end,
he still got shit on, man. But he won.
He won.
But life still threw him a freaking curveball and made him go blind, But
oh, bro, I'm getting emotional right now, bro.
It's a good movie, man. It's not up for any kind of Academy Awards by any means, you know what I mean? But it's one of those feel-good movies, man, especially if you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, because, I mean, I think, I don't think there's a better movie out there right now that actually, translate jiu-jitsu to what it means to a person that actually trains jiu-jitsu. And I think he did a good job at doing that, what it means to him in his life. Like I think before this movie, the closest movie that actually would portray jiu-jitsu would be like what's the John Wick movies, that's got like legit judo, jiu-jitsu, sambo, but it's a little more Hollywoodish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before that, there's really nothing else. There was this movie, Red Belt. You ever see that movie?
I did see that movie, yes.
They didn't really mention jiu-jitsu as much, but you could tell obviously that's the discipline that they were training in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that was like the only movie that I actually enjoyed. I was like, oh look, it's got jiu-jitsu. But I think they could have done a little better job with that movie. But this Born a Champion, as a practitioner, made me feel like yes, he gets it. Bro, and he calls it his love letter to jiu-jitsu, Yeah.
It's in the end credits, he throws that letter up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu, man. Like just the fact, like, isn't it awesome that we could say, oh, he's a legit black belt. Oh, he's a legit black belt. Just because we know that being a black belt's no easy feat by any means.
No.
And just the fact that no matter who you are, as long as oh, this guy's a legit black belt, it's like we know he knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Black belts aren't given away,
No, and that's the other thing too. Like when you get that black belt, the person who gave you that black belt, it's on him.
It's on him.
Exactly. If you're a bad black belt, whether you're bad in character or bad in technique or bad, however, you're representing him.
Exactly.
So like if you're an asshole or your technique sucks, you're a bad reflection of your master, of your sensei, of your teacher, of
your lineage.
Master, of your lineage.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't fucking give those things away. That's why it takes years.
And I hope it stays like that, man. I hope it doesn't get watered down. You know what I mean? I hope it doesn't become like I forgot where I read some article that's some like 14-year-old got his jiu-jitsu black belt in some country. I'm like, nah, you can't do that, man. You know what I mean? It's we can't allow it to get watered down, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Because there's also a certain level of maturity that you need.
Absolutely.
To walk around with, because you're basically walking around with a loaded gun.
You are. You absolutely are.
Yeah.
It's a weapon.
It's
you know what I mean? If it's a weapon.
Yeah. But like this movie, bro, going back to this movie, not to cut you off, because I mean you're making great points, but just this movie, like my kids were watching and my daughter was sitting there and she's like, oh, look, he took the back. Like she understands jiu-jitsu, but she's a kid too, right? Mm-hmm. So even she got it. And then it's getting me. Like you said, he goes blind, right? it's like an awesome, like it's like the blind swordsman, but he's the blind jujitsu fighter.
Yeah.
And you can fight as a grappler if you're blind, which is one of the kind of like the premises they go through.
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
Because
Sometimes I would close my eyes. No lie, not
yeah,
for anything, man. But I remember a couple times, I'll find myself rolling, and I would close my eyes at a point. Not because I think, oh, I'm a badass in jiu-jitsu. No, it's because it's like it's kind of challenging, and you kind of, for me, I feel the person more. Like I feel their movement more. Especially when you're in close quarters with them.
mhm.
You kind of like you don't see their next move. You have to feel it.
Yes.
You have to feel it. So, I mean, I don't know if that was the point he was trying to make, or if he was just throwing some extra drama into this movie, because this movie's got a lot of drama from
Oh
the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
It's 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 a great movie, man. I loved every bit of it. I know it's cheesy, and I know it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking loved it, bro.
yeah,
I
man, I
fuck,
enjoyed it a lot too.
I know you're like,
Great
hey,
movie.
bro. I know it's a little cheesy, bro, but
I did
uh,
come at you like that, right?
yeah, you're like afraid I was gonna be like shitting all. No, bro, you brought this movie to the right fucking person, bro. Because I don't
Yeah.
know if you listen to the other podcast, but I'm the fucking guy who cries at a regular kung fu movie. This one had me fucking bawling, bro. I was like, oh, this is so great, and he went blind.
Hey, you know what? I actually even got more excited when I found out that because I mean I love Sean Patrick Flannery. I love the Boondock Saints. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I love
yes,
that freaking movie. It's a cult classic.
it's a good
But
movie,
as soon as I actually found out that he was a legit black belt, I think I fell in love with the movie even more. Like, oh, that's awesome.
bro. How about that fucking part in the movie where the fucking karate guy was just giving him shit the whole fucking movie, and then towards the end, or
I
like before,
knew it.
I
I
knew that was
knew it
gonna
was
happen too.
coming. I
Yes,
knew it was coming, and
yes,
I was like, that's what I saw. I said, look, watch. I know it.
yeah,
He's kicking everybody out because he's about to beat the shit out of this guy.
yeah, yeah.
And sure enough, and when the fact that he broke it down
Mhm.
exactly what he was gonna do to him,
It was amazing.
and then he tells him, you know what? You're gonna get up, and just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke, to prove to you, I'm gonna do the exact same thing all over again, and I'm gonna make you tap.
Yes,
That was great, bro.
it
I
was
love
fucking
that part.
awesome. It was,
I was like screaming jujitsu,
bro. Like I don't know how many times I've heard that story from different senseis, different
Yeah,
teachers. That
yeah.
shit happens on the regular.
On the
That
regular, man.
on the
There's
regular.
YouTube videos. I'm sure you look up videos,
Yeah.
like a black belt in Taekwondo, karate calls out,
Mm,
blue belt or brown belt or purple belt in
yeah.
jiu-jitsu, and they do the same thing, man.
Yeah.
They
And it
just
happened.
don't get it.
And they don't fucking get it. And
They
it's
don't get
crazy
it.
because there's that video online where there's like this one wrestler shows up, this wrestler bodybuilder shows up at this gym, and he attacks a black belt, and the black belt just kicks the shit out of him and slaps him. And then eventually the black belt's like, here, I'll stick one of my purple belts on you. And she's a girl. And she kicked his ass. And he was just getting aggro and shit until finally they whooped his ass enough where he just fucking chilled out. But it's just
I
like,
seen that. I seen that video.
I know you see
Yes, I
everybody.
seen that. That was great, bro. I love that video.
Yeah, because he's sitting there, he's got his back, he's got his hooks in, he's
Yeah.
he's arching his gut into his back, and he's like, ah, and then he's just smacking him, pat, pat,
Yep.
pat. Like that shit. I don't know if people realize, but that shit happens all the
Really?
fucking time.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's basic jujitsu, man.
Yeah.
And even when you roll, with experienced guys, you get in that position. You
Mhm.
come to the position where you can take their back, you flatten them out, you go for the mataleon, bro.
Yeah.
It's normal.
And Mataleon is king, bro, because it's
King,
like
bro.
you got that back. You can't really defend. Yeah, sure, you can fucking keep my arms from like wrapping around completely, but eventually, man.
Or, I mean, let me ask you this: how many times you watch videos where people are fighting, and you go to yourself, oh my god, just like 2 classes of jujitsu, and you wouldn't have been stuck on the ground getting beat on, or you would have been easily been able to mount this person and keep that mount. You know what
And
I'm saying?
control
I
the
know you've seen
situation.
video exactly, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's I always say that. I'm like, man, jujitsu is so effective,
No.
and it's
And-
exploding, brother. It's exploding. Like everybody's catching on.
yeah.
The fact that this movie was made, you know, knowing that there's an audience out there for it, and that's what I feel like. He wrote this movie to target jiu-jitsu practitioners, because he knows that, okay, jiu-jitsu guys are gonna understand this.
Yes.
They're gonna feel it and they're gonna really appreciate it, you know?
They're gonna, yeah, this movie's for us.
Absolutely.
It's for
100%.
us. It's for you, for me, for all the guys who understand jujitsu. Because when they see this and they see the guy stuck on his stomach, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you could do that." You know,
Well,
and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, you could do that." And then he can tap. If you want to be an asshole, or if he was being a dick and you want to do that to him, yeah, you could do that. You know, because because the bad guy was being a dick. You know, because this is the bad guy.
exactly. Now, here's the thing. What I loved about it is that even that karate instructor, even though he got his ass beat, I like the fact that at the end he came and he joined his gym.
Yes,
because he realized, like, okay, you know what, this is something I need to learn.
yes.
You know what I mean? I love that he added that, you know, and the fact that he also, you know, how he set up that mataleon, you know, that back take when he was teaching. It was the karate students, right? That were asking him about it.
Yeah,
when he was teaching them.
Yeah,
when he's like, you know, what you can do, you know, he's like, you could, you know, tuck their arms away so when you're choking them, they can't even tap.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, but that's kind of he said it's kind of a dick move, but you know, he said, but we're gentlemen, man. You know, we don't do that, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But it's funny because that whole situation, I like, again, I loved it because, like you're saying, if you're a man of any kind of if you're a man, I shouldn't say you're a man, but if you're a person that is self-reflective and kind of needs, like, especially with martial arts in general, you know, there's always a period of humbling, and the humbling is a lot of things, right? It means you need to learn more. It means that you need to improve, or that you're lacking in something,
or you're not as bad as you think you were,
or you're not as bad as you think you are. So that is one of the key components of just martial arts in general, that there's always going to be someone better than you. And so what he gathered, and if anybody's like going to take a moment and kind of realize, I need to get better, and this is the path, you know, it's a martial artist. So it was great.
Absolutely.
It was redeeming for that particular character and subplot, for him to be like, okay, you know what? I got my ass kicked. I was made look like a fool. I was acting like a fucking asshole. And this guy put me in my place. There's something I can learn here. I can probably learn humility from this person. I can probably learn how to kick ass from this person, because there's a giant hole in my game, because this guy fucking kicked my ass twice.
Yeah.
You know?
And he tried to be humble about it. He really did push him to do it. You know, he was, you know, he was really polite, and I love that too, that he was just like, you know, it's okay. You know, I'm sorry, I wasn't, you know, trying to take your students away from you or nothing like that. You know, like, he made it clear until the guy really pushed his buttons, like, okay, you know what, I'm about to shut you up right now, man. I'm gonna actually do you a favor to show you how effective this is, so you know what you've been doing all your life is nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, not that it's nothing.
Not that it's nothing, obviously, because
but there's a giant hole in your game.
Yeah, there's a part that you need to learn.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I mean, every martial art, any discipline, bro, is great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. But
one of our teachers had this same situation happen to him. Like, not in this context where he's like teaching at another gym or something, but somebody came to the gym and at one point challenged him, and he kicked his ass twice, just like in this fucking movie, bro. Somebody who you and I trained under.
Really?
Yes, this shit happened to him twice. Like, he beat him twice.
I could see that.
And that's why I'm like, that's why this kind of story that he wrote into is not even it's not even like a fucking story that he came up with. It's a phenomenon. It's a thing that happens on the regular. If you're a small jiu-jitsu school owner, it's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get an asshole who's gonna walk into the door and they're gonna challenge you, you know. And it's just ridiculous. But like, you know, if you're a black belt, you know, worth anything of your, to your practice, then you're gonna be able to fucking handle it.
You'll understand it. If you're a true black belt in any martial art, you'll understand that, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
But like.
So let me ask you this: how did you like Taco's performance in the movie? Was it a little overacting? Was it maybe could it have gone better to a different actor? Maybe. I mean, I like the guy. I like the actor, but I think he might have. I don't know. He was a little overzealous in the part, kind of. Or is that just me?
He didn't bother me as much as his name. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you know how it is,
Yeah.
with guys, you call each other fucked up
Oh yeah,
things.
absolutely.
You know?
The fact that only his boy got away with it, calling him Taco. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the story behind it, he did get the story behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know guys, they fucking, especially Latin guys, they love fucking calling each other fucking things, like nicknames and stuff.
Yeah.
I know a guy that used the fucking blue collar guy, they call him El Moco.
El Moco.
El Moco, the
That's fu-
booger. That translates
that's
as
funny.
the booger for our listeners. You know why they call him El
Why,
Moco?
bro? I want to hear this.
Because he would follow this one guy around all over the job site. So they call him El Moco because he always stuck to him.
Oh my god, bro! That's hilarious, bro. Oh my god, bro.
They call him the booger because he always stuck to the boss. And
Bro, that's horrible. Paisas are tough when it comes to nicknames, bro.
bro,
Mexicans are ruthless, bro. Man, I used to, bro. I used to work at this. I used to work at this candy factory for years ago, bro. I was like 18 and 19, and I had a buddy of mine that he used to walk with like a little bit of, with his shoulder sticking out, right? Kind of like, kind of like, yeah, look, I'm a badass. I'm walking like a badass, but that was just his posture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nicest guy in the world, but that's just the way he walked. And they had two nicknames for him. The first one was Sandia. I'm like, why they call him Sandia, which is watermelon? And he's like, because when he walks, he looks like he's carrying two sandias. Or the other, asshole. I know, bro. And then the other one, they called him. Wait. This one was my favorite. They called him El Hijo de Clint Eastwood.
What?
El Hijo de Clint Eastwood.
The son of Clint Eastwood.
The son of Clint Eastwood. Like, why? Because he looks like he's gonna draw every time, bro. Oh my god, bro, they're ruthless, bro. They don't care, dog.
No, bro, they go for the jugular, bro.
They do, bro.
They're so fucking mean and creative. These fuckers.
Yeah, bro.
They're so fucking creative. Like,
shit, they had this one guy. Wait, this one paisa. He worked in the. It was they made nerds, right? Like, and they had the nerds where they were called double dipped. Like, it'd be like strawberry, and then it was dipped in like green apple or something like that. And this paisa had like this, that white discoloration on your skin. You know how sometimes they're dark skin and then they get like white discoloration patches around their face, and it's I don't know if it's a disease or something, but
yeah, it is. It's like syndrome or whatever.
Yeah, they used to call him double dip, bro. I was like, no, man, bro.
The fucking cabrones, bro.
They are, dog.
Fucking jive, bro. So fucking jive.
I know, bro. Wait, so back to Moco, bro. Back to Moco.
Yeah. What about Moco? What do you want to know?
Why did you bring him up? You were saying you think, weren't you making a point?
I was making a point that what was the point?
What was it? You were about to tell me a story about him.
No, I think the point was is that that's
because I remember
camaraderie.
And you were talking about the name that they gave Taco.
Yeah. So like this is just kind of a thing that you do when you're with a bunch of guys, right? Like when you're friends with someone, that's how you show love. You make fun of them.
Ragging on each other.
Yeah, you bust their balls, man. Like if the person doesn't bust your balls even just a little bit, he don't like you, man.
Exactly, man.
Like
there's got to be what it is trust, man.
Yeah.
That's all trust.
And also the other time, at the same time, it's just like, fuck, bro. Like, why do you gotta roast me so bad?
Exactly, bro. Like I'm saying, go for the jugular shit.
Yeah, bro. Imagine this guy, he's fucking hanging out. He's probably hollering at some chick. These fucking guys, they're not gonna fucking miss a beat, bro. They're gonna call him Moco right in front of the girl. Hey, Moco, ¿qué estás haciendo, cabrón?
Exactly, bro.
Te vas a pegar también a esa chica, cabrón. They're gonna fucking bust on him, bro. It's just like,
it, bro.
He's gonna be like, go the fuck away.
No filter, these motherfuckers.
No, bro. No mercy, bro.
God,
no fucking mercy, bro. Oh, fucking yeah. And it's just like, how it is, bro. Just and so like that's what I'm getting from that. Like, okay, that's the fucking friendship they had. They're dudes and they bust each other's balls, and this guy just saved him from getting his ass kicked, and then he calls him the thing that started the fight, right? So it's just like, it's funny, but it was like, it kind of bugged me a little bit because he's like, because he's white, and it wouldn't have made any sense if he was Mexican calling him Taco, because then it's like kind of stupid, because like, so it's just like, I was like, you could have figured out a better name, I don't know. But aside from that, that didn't bother me too much. Like, I was like, I get it, I get it. I would have found, if I was the guy, I would have found a worse name that would have been funnier. You know, like that's I think needed a little more time. Like you had to find that movie's version of El Moco. You know,
Yeah, agreed.
like and then,
Agreed. Maybe it was just that. I mean, like I said, I like the actor, but
mm,
I don't know. There was just something about it that you're right. It could have been the name that was bugging me this whole time. I didn't even realize it.
yeah,
But you know, all in all, man. I mean, the movie, it's got so many turns. The fact that, I mean, when they showed the part where his wife got in the accident and died,
mm,
I was not expecting that, man. That kind of got me. I was like, oh wow, like they did that. They went there. Holy shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. You know what? I wasn't surprised. I mean,
I
I,
wasn't expecting it at
I,
least.
I wasn't expecting it, but I at the same time, it wasn't a complete shocker because then I was just like, oh, they're just kicking the shit out of this guy now.
Yeah,
Like life is he's just gonna keep writing this shit getting worse and worse, right?
yeah,
And so like he's raising the kid by himself. His wife is dead. This and this and this and this, and it's just like fuck, bro. So by the end of the movie, you're already like, fuck, this motherfucker better win, Because I was
hmm
like, oh, and but like, okay, so like as the movie's going on, he fights. So in the beginning of the movie, he goes to Abu Dhabi, and that's where he meets his wife.
hmm
There's some conflict, but as like in every movie, there's always like a proving stage, right? There, like the first couple of acts,
hmm
he meets a challenge, and part of the challenge was kind of impressing the wife or the future to be wife or love interest, and beat some bad guys. So he
Yeah.
beats the bad guys, wins the girl, and then the girl goes with him for the rest of the movie, right?
hmm
So then as the movie progresses, they go through battles and turmoils together, but they have this amazing bond. She gets him, but she also like at this particular fight in the beginning of the movie, he gets so much damage to his eyes that he can almost go blind, right?
hmm
And I forget where that happens. I think it's in the middle of the movie or it was towards the beginning, wasn't it?
No, no, no. It was when he fought um Marco Blaine for the first time. Because remember
Yeah.
he was bowing to him,
Mhm.
and as he was bowing to him, he came in. He blindsided him with that knee, and
Yeah.
he just beat him up. He threw him a tough beating, and then
Yeah.
you know
And he
they
almost
did it. The makeup was really good, bro. When after that fight, I saw him. I was like, whoa.
yeah,
Like it
because
was it was it was believable. I was like, holy shit, this guy's
yeah, it was fucked up, man.
it
Because I
was
was like,
really fucked up, bro. Like they
because
beat him to a pulp, bro.
because I was
Like they
like,
made that point clear, you know.
oh fuck yeah,
He said that he
because
had broken one of his sockets, right? One of his eye sockets.
one of his eye sockets, and
Yeah,
he had lost. I think he had lost vision in one eye,
yeah.
and
Which
he was
was
almost gone in the other.
no. It was no. He had eyes. He had sight from both eyes. It was one of
Mm,
them. One side that he was losing from the, I think the side that he got his socket broken,
mm,
and then that's why his wife was giving him shit when he was bouncing and he got into that little scuffle, and then he got hit. He had a little cut over his eye, and she was tweaking about that, and then
yeah,
that's why when he was supposed to fight, when he was supposed to fight in that tournament, and they sent in the real doctors, and doctors like, nah, that's what disqualified him. So he was
yeah.
already screwed up. Like any hit to the face or to the eyes could have blinded him, and obviously that's what ended up happening at the end of the movie.
So get this. So one of the things they mentioned in the movie is he's got floaters, right? I have floaters. I know what floaters are. Most fighters have floaters. A lot of fighters have floaters. Anybody who's done some kind of fighting, some like I want to say I really don't know, but I want to say like 50% might have them.
hmm
And what floaters are, they're dangerous, but you can still fight with them. A doctor is going to tell you you're going to go blind. All right,
hmm
because what happens is I forget the name of the material, but there's I think it's the viscous material or something. It's a gel that sits on the inside of your eye, and it's on top of the retina. So it's I guess just like a protective layer from the inside of the eye, right? Now,
hmm
what happens is you get your head shook around, and that gel sometimes gets popped off, right? Now, it popping off, maybe not such a big deal. The problem is when it tries to settle, because it can settle. It'll settle and then it'll go away, and you won't have the floaters anymore. But the problem is that as it's settling, it comes on, it reattaches to the the rest of the layer in the inside of the eye. And then if your head gets shook around, it's only hanging on by a piece, right? Because it doesn't just reattach its whole self to the rest of the inside of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
So it attaches, like an edge, and then it'll start reattaching to itself, and like eventually it'll just dissipate into the inside of the eye. But while it's attaching, it might have loose pieces, right? So when the loose pieces are still getting kind of like flagging around or flipping around, and you get shook up again, you get hit in the head again, that's where the danger is, because now you have some weight
that all clumped up, right?
All clumped up, and that could, with the motion being shook around, can pull the rest of the gel off. And when that happens, you can pull the retina off the eye, and then you go blind.
Wow.
So like I had to pause the movie because I had to kind of explain this to everybody who was watching with me. And I would say, okay, well, I know what this is. I have it. It's kind of a deal. You got to be careful. This is why, like you can't get hit. You get hit, blah, 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 blah. All the stuff I just explained to you. But so like, that's what he has. So he like, for me, I walk around all day and I see floaters. They're basically the floaters I have, they're white. But some people have red one or black ones. The black ones is where it's scary, because the black ones means that there's a tear on the inside of the eye and blood is seeping in and mixing with the gel. Mm-hmm. And it's not so much that you see black. It's that there's a tear in the eye. If there's a tear in the eye, there's more possibility of the retina detaching.
So are you talking about like the collagen? Or the what does it look like exactly? Like, is it like little spots in your eyeball, or
you don't have, like, you can't see it from the outside.
Okay.
You see them. If you have floaters, you're the only person that can see them, and they look like if you don't have any blood in the inside the eye, it's just really shiny white globs that appear and disappear.
Oh, wow.
They're just floating around in the eye. It's just like every now and then they'll
little specks,
a little speck or a little something, like they're so, at least to me, they're so big. They're probably so tiny, but they're so big to me that they will sometimes block the vision or cover half of what I'm seeing. But it'll come in and then come out. And this happens because you got hit in the eye so many times, or you got hit in the head so many times, and the eye is fragile, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you basically have a wine glass sitting inside a piece of concrete, and you can shake the concrete all you want, but that wine glass is still pretty fragile, So that was kind of like the analogy that the doctor told me. So now, for me at least, that kind of scared me from getting punched in the head. And so it kept me from fighting. So I kind of stopped kickboxing because I didn't want to go blind. But I found out years later that it's really not that big a deal. Like, don't get me wrong. All that shit can still happen, but that shit can happen anyway. So is it a risk? Yeah. I'm probably more at risk at losing my eyesight.
No, is there treatment?
Not that I know of.
No,
I know there's treatment for the eye once the retina detaches, but for the most part, they tell you not to fucking fight anymore, which is what doctors tell you every time you get injured. You get any kind of injury, a doctor's going to tell you stop fighting.
Yeah.
They're always going to tell you stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing it. And so it's up to you to, like, how much do you love what you're doing? Does it mean
is it worth it to you?
Is it worth it to you? And if you're a fighter, you're probably
if you're a dedicated if you're a dedicated fighter, and that's your profession, of course, man.
Yeah, you're gonna keep on doing it.
Especially if you're a fighter.
Look at Michael Bisping. So like, I'm not saying it's bullshit. It's not bullshit. That shit's fucking for real. But I mean, are you gonna live your life under a rock, or are you gonna live your life? It's just like, I fought again after that. I fought twice after that. And the last time I fought in the Golden Gloves, and I saw all kinds of shit that night. And I was like, yeah, I'm old now. I can stop.
I think I'm good.
Yeah. You know,
Oh man.
yeah, I was just like, I'm not gonna win any world champion. I'm not
How
gonna go
long how
pro.
long before how long before you picked up jiu-jitsu? Were you fighting?
Uh, I think I started jujitsu at 35 and or 34 because I stopped striking at 34.
Okay.
But like, I mean, I'm a hobbyist, right? So like, I never went pro. I only fought 3 times. You know, like I know you have a striking record as well, right?
No, I mean I did Muay Thai and man, I've been doing martial arts since a kid, man. Kung Fu, I did Muay Thai, a little judo, but yeah, nothing professional. Again, like you're a hobbyist, something I just enjoy, love,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
But it never even crossed my mind to do something like this. Maybe I was born now, you know what I mean? I mean,
yeah,
if I was like 20 years old, or something like that, yeah, I'd think about it professionally, but nah,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. I hear you.
you know what
Like,
I mean?
the other thing too is like, I think about, man, missed opportunity, right? Like, look at,
Don't I feel like that sometimes? Like,
I-
damn,
yeah,
like I remember watching UFC one, man.
yeah,
Like, man, we're born in the wrong era. You know what I mean? Now these guys, they got it all. Now it's a professional sport. It's like, wow, man, it's so cool.
yeah. Well, the other
You
thing
know?
too is like, there are guys who are like us who said, "Oh man, I wish," right? And there are
Yeah,
guys who saw that and said, "That's fucking dope. I'm doing that."
yeah,
Right?
that's true.
And they just
And
got up
those are the pioneers. Yeah,
and those are the pioneers. They
those
like
are the pioneers that did it.
they saw that shit and they went and hit it, like,
Yeah.
and they're
But
our age.
I mean, seriously, I mean, we wouldn't back in what was it, 90, 93, 94? Where would we even have the options to take jiu-jitsu? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, I didn't even think there could be a jiu-jitsu school in Chicago.
no.
And there was
No.
though. There was
The-
people that we trained with.
Really,
There
well,
was
it's Carlson Gracie, no?
yeah,
Weren't they the
Carlson
first in Chicago?
yeah, Carlson Gracie was one of the first people in Chicago. We could have found them.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah. But coulda, woulda, shoulda,
exactly.
hindsight as they say is 2020.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm doing it now and it's like, I'm sure like you have the same thought. I'm not gonna be the type of guy to fucking play golf.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. I'm with you there, brother.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not that guy.
yeah,
I'm gonna go pretend kill people. That's what I'm gonna
exactly.
do.
In a way, it's good, man, that, jujitsu, it's not something that we have to base it off, professionally. Like, okay, our livelihoods depend on us training.
Hmm.
And I think we get more out of it for the fact that we do it because we love it, because it is a hobby, and it's because, you know what, it's therapy. You know what I mean? And I think we take as much out of it as we can. And I think
Yeah.
that's why we continue the training.
Well, one of the reasons, and I learned this along the way. There are so many benefits to something like jujitsu, right? It's not just the the tactile stimulation of someone else, of somebody else, right? Of like fighting with someone else, or that mental struggle, that all that stuff, all the physical parts of it. That's all well and good, right? It's fitness, it's interesting, it keeps you.
Absolutely.
There's all those pieces of it, but one of the things that I think men, especially, and even women, this is not just for men, but like one of the things that people I think can benefit from something like jujitsu is the camaraderie, the friendship. I learned so much about friendship uh, in jujitsu
Absolutely.
from just hanging out with these guys.
Look at me and you, man. You're my first jujitsu buddy. You're the first, you were, man. You're the first guy, I talked to, my first class I ever went to. And I mean, look at us now. How many years later,
Yeah, we're
nine,
still
10 years later.
friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like there's I got to admit, sometimes I'm a recovering asshole, right?
Mm.
I'm not the I'm not the best friend, right? But I'm trying, man.
You're trying, man. You're
I want to
trying.
be a good friend, right?
Effort is all it takes,
Yeah.
man.
So and I learned like, okay, wait a minute. There's like along the way, finally, like it took jujitsu to kind of teach me, hey, you're not the best guy. Sometimes you kind of need to kind of figure shit out, and but like without people kind of giving you that feedback, there's someone telling me, like the teachers that we've had, like some of the guys, some of the people that I've been in contact with that Vianna Brothers at the school that you went to at Brazil. What was it? Brazil
021.
021.
Yeah.
The instructor I'm under with right now at Copa, who they call Mac the Knife. It's just like I learned so much about how to treat people. I learned so much about being kind to people. I've learned about what it is to be a friend to a person, right? Like, and sometimes it has nothing to do with you two. Sometimes you don't have to overthink shit.
No.
Sometimes the person has his own issues or his own things he's dealing with, and it may not have
Everybody
it.
has their own things that they're dealing with, man. You
Yeah,
know?
for real. And it's just like the thing with the guy they call the Moco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't, he was like, fuck it, they're calling me the Moco now.
Just ride with it.
Yeah, you got no choice, because if you fight it, choice. Man,
it's even worse.
It's gonna get even worse. They're gonna you're gonna be like something even
El Mocochillon or something like that. You know they'd go there, bro. Yeah.
Oh fuck! And in a heartbeat, bro.
No chilles, moco.
Oh yeah.
No llores, vato.
No llores, cabrón. Yeah. No shit, bro. They'll keep fucking, just digging that needle in you, man. Just keep fucking with you, because they know it bothers you,
Yep.
And in a way that's good for you.
It keeps you on your toes, bro.
Yeah,
it does, man.
You're taking yourself too serious.
Exactly.
If you let a name like El Moco bother you, don't worry, man. You're gonna get your turn. You're gonna get him a nickname.
Exactly.
Oh, so I know a guy. Speaking of nicknames, I know a guy. So this guy, he's telling everybody at the job site. He's like, hey man, I'm not coming in Friday or whatever. I got something special to do, right? So the boss is like, what do you mean? What's the, I don't know the whole story, but basically is like, well, I got to go do this. I got a tater tot competition I got to be at. If I eat if I beat everybody at the tater tot competition by eating the most tater tots, I get a prize or whatever, right? So the next day this motherfucker comes back, they're calling him Taters. His nickname is now Taters.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
So they call him Taters now. The Mexicans, like every now and then, there's like, hey, ¿dónde está el pinche papas?
El come papa.
¿Dónde está el papas? ¿Dónde está papas? Yeah, it's just like, yeah, no, ese pinche papas, this and that. It's just like, papas just means, potato. But now his name is Potato. His
name is Potato.
It's been, but it's not just potato, but he's fucking potato, because he's pinche papas.
So, some of these nicknames you kind of asked for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What did you think? What did you think they were gonna do, man?
Yeah. Like, first of all, why are you taking a day off to go?
Yeah. Why are you telling everybody you're gonna go to tater tot eating contest? You know what I mean?
Fuck, bro. You shouldn't even tell your boss you're going, because I think it was the boss. I think it was the boss. It was like, this fucking guy, he went to a fucking tater tot eating competition. Can you guys fucking rip him a new asshole next time you see him? These fucking, and they're like, oh, no problem, boss. We got it, man.
You know it. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. You make a good point. It's like, you gotta ask for it. Like, yeah. I wouldn't even, I'm just gonna fucking call him. Oh, boss, I feel so sick, man. I don't feel well. I think I got the fucking
food poisoning. I ate too many tater tots yesterday.
I wouldn't even say that. I just like, I think I got the COVID. There's
something, man.
I got something. I got the super COVID. I don't feel well. And then go to your tater tot. I can't even say it. Tater tot competition. Just don't post any pictures of your ass fucking eating tater tots.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's bro. Funny. Yeah, but like, anyway, this movie, which is
awesome, bro. I saw like he played a good villain.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah. And then did you see what's his name? Mickey Gall? Mickey Gall?
Mickey Gall? No, yeah. I don't remember if he was in there.
Yeah, he was. Wasn't he the guy that he wrestled when the guy's like, man, who he just beat? His friend, he's like, you've really been hiding under a rock. He's like, he just won Brazilian nationals. I think that was him.
Mickey Gall. Tough guy. Yeah, Mickey Gall, tough guy.
There you go.
Yeah. Damn. Oh, it's such a good movie. And then
And Renzo Gracie himself.
Renzo Gracie's
Renzo
there.
Gracie.
He was like cheering him on. I was
Yeah.
just like, holy shit, this guy makes a cameo.
Hey, wait, put it this way. And I thought of this. I'm like, you know what? I would have loved this movie that much more if Renzo Gracie was at his corner coaching him instead of Taco.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't that make more sense?
It would have made 100 times more sense, man.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Taco's there for the moral support, for the technical support. Well, you got Renzo Gracie right there. What are you doing?
That's right. That's right.
know?
Like, why just not fucking have Renzo get so excited, come up to the corner and be like, hey, do this, do that.
Exactly.
Like, he should have just been an impromptu coach. Like, nobody's gonna stop Renzo from fucking joining.
Exactly.
Like why
I
not?
think that would have been great, man.
Oh, it would have been like the impassioned, master in the side all of a sudden decides he wants the corner. Fuck yeah.
I think I would have been more on edge on that fight scene, like seeing Renzo freaking coaching him through it. You know?
Yeah. But like,
still good to see him though.
yeah.
You know?
But how about the climax? So the climax, midway through the fight, he gets clocked and his vision starts slowly disappearing, bro.
Mm.
He's slowly getting blinder and blinder. And he can only see like his foot or like an image. And he's just waiting for the guy to fucking hit him so that he can grab him. And the bad guy, Edson Barboza's character, he knows that's what he's going for, right? So he's trying to be sneaky, but it was only a matter of time. And he grabbed him, and then I was like, yes.
Wait, what was he saying? Remember, he had him. Was he telling Taco to be his eyes and to use his wife's name, and that meant to the left?
To the left or something?
Am I remembering it correctly?
I don't remember that anymore.
You're gonna make me want to watch the movie again.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure because they were like, no man, what are you doing? He's like, no, I can beat this guy. You can't see. He's like, I don't need to see. You need to just tell me when he's when he's on the left, when he's on the right. And I think he used his wife's name to the left and his son's name to the right.
Oh shit, I don't remember that part.
I'm pretty sure because I remember his Taco screaming his wife's name, and that's when he would feel him out and boom,
and he grabbed him. And then as soon as, because all I was doing is holding my breath. I was like, he's just gotta grab him. He's just gotta grab he can grab his toe. That's all he fucking needs. Anything. And as soon as he grabbed him, bro, I was like, it's done. It's done. He's fucked.
And he still took a few hard hits to the head, even after once we realized, okay, you know what? He lost his eyesight. He's in really bad shape. And he still took a couple of hard hits to the head.
Well, if you went through the first 2 rounds, this fucking guy is dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, you can't risk it. You can't risk losing. You're going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the guy is almost blind.
Yeah. I mean, he gave it his all, man.
Yeah.
He left it all on the mat, man.
Fuck yeah, bro. And then he does the thing. He does the funky kung fu super secret move.
And then boom.
Boom. Fight is over. Dude can't tap. He
knocks him out.
Fucking chokes him out. Fucking beautiful.
I love how that came back around. Like, yes. He's not letting him tap. He's not even gonna let him tap.
Fucking love that. I fucking love this movie, man.
Yeah, man.
I really fucking love this movie because it's just a fucking great. Like for me, I don't know if anybody else is gonna appreciate this movie as much as I do. But like for me, being a jiu-jitsu practitioner, me loving kung fu movies as much as I love kung fu movies, this doing what it did for kung fu movies, making it so fucking passionate, right? And then having the super secret move, which I fucking love in every kung fu movie. There's always the one secret move or secret style. You gotta learn the drunken kung fu. You gotta learn the eagle claw. You gotta learn whatever, right?
The crane kick.
The crane kick, right? Yeah, bro. The crane kick and Karate Kid, right?
Yeah. The finisher.
The finishing special move. They did that. They did that with this fucking movie. They did it with jiu-jitsu.
And they did it classy too, bro. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't too Hollywoodish. It was just straight out jiu-jitsu, man.
It was believable.
Yeah.
It was believable jiu-jitsu. I mean, the rest of the story is, it was a stretch, right?
It's a movie. Yeah.
It's a movie. But the fucking jiu-jitsu is for real.
Yeah.
And then in the end, bro, so he gets the $1 million, right? Because that's what was on the line. Now the dude is set for fucking life. He is set for life, right?
He's blind.
He's blind.
Yeah.
Now he's the blind master,
jiu-jitsu
practitioner who's just gonna live his life with his $1 million. And then at the end of the movie, it gets me right here, bro.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, that little love note to jiu-jitsu, I love that, bro.
The love note.
That convinced me. that convinced me. Okay, this guy,
he knows
trains.
jiu-jitsu.
He knows
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, bro. He knows where it's coming from, man.
But then, like in the end, he's rolling with his son.
Bro, I love that he incorporated that real life film and him and son training and rolling, and then showed him throughout the years growing up and stuff. That's wonderful, man.
Oh,
I really enjoyed it.
Woo.
Good movie, man. It's actually a good couple movie too. There's couples out there that train jiu-jitsu together. This would be perfect movie for them. Because it's got the love, it's got the sadness, it's got the action. So it's a well-rounded movie, man.
Yeah. The wife was like, "Oh, I can't do it." She had checked out. She couldn't watch anymore. She was like on her phone, but she was listening because I would turn around and she was looking at her phone. And then she'd be like, "Fuck." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Well, this just happened." I'm like, "I thought you weren't watching." She's like, "I'm listening."
I'm listening. I
can't watch. I'm listening.
Always.
But she can't watch it. It's just like it was too much. And then like when the wife passes away, she's like, "Of course the wife passes away. You can't kick this guy in the nuts anymore, right?"
Exactly. The wife had to pass away.
Yeah, the wife has to pass away. The dude's gonna be a single father, blind jiu-jitsu master. Yeah. Woo!
And at the end, when his dad was like, when he tells his kid, like, "Okay, when you fit into these gloves, I'll start training you." And the fact that he put that little tape around his fingers, kind of so he could fill out those gloves a little bit more, and his dad was feeling him, like just to show the enthusiasm of how much he wanted to train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of little hidden gems, man. Like a lot of little things that people that actually train, man, that get it, would get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a good point you're making. Like only someone who understands jiu-jitsu could write this script.
Yep, exactly.
Like
I heard he started writing the script years ago, man, and it started off like as a short story or something. And then it just evolved, and he just kept writing and then I think at some point he's like, screw it, let me start looking for somebody to finance it, and boom, we made it happen.
We need a 2.
We do, man.
We need a 2, and this is where we go with number 2.
Where? His son? His son, obviously, right?
Oh, fuck yeah, right? His son, or like what happens is at this point, now he is the blind master. He is the blind master who will teach him all the secrets. You just keep going with the kung fu tropes, but fucking squeeze them into the jiu-jitsu format, right? Like just like he is the wise blind man who's gonna fucking teach the son the ways of jiu-jitsu, and he's gonna rise from the ashes of his father's flames and stuff, and just be the next champ. Like that's where you go. You make a jiu-jitsu version of Rocky.
Look, and then check this out. Okay, just like how Rocky made Creed. Okay, you know how Apollo Creed was Rocky's opponent, and then he became his best friend.
Yeah,
Edson Barbosa could come in that with respect, that he got this respect, that he won this respect, and was like, you know what, he teaches his son to strike standing.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Yes. Apollo Creed comes in.
He comes in and he trains this kid, like, okay, boom, and he goes to an MMA debut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like after throwing that beating, he felt guilty that he blinded him, and maybe he matured a little bit, and he legitimately won his respect. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could you not respect somebody like that, bro?
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden he comes in, he shows him the strike. Towards the end of the movie, like, okay, well, this guy's a striker. Boom. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he pops in and he starts training him. Like, hey, he could introduce him like, hey, son, I have somebody that's really good at striking that's going to show you a few moves. And boom, in pops in Edson Barbosa.
That's the secret thing. That would be the secret reveal.
Exactly.
Like midway through the movie, you have Sean Patrick Flannery's character showing him jujitsu and stuff like that, and he's just like, okay, well,
yeah, it's a given. He's a jujitsu badass. His son's gonna be a badass. That's a given.
Is a given, but he has a hole in his game. He needs the striking.
Exactly.
And then out of nowhere, Edson Barbosa shows up, and he's like, I'm here to fill that hole. I'm gonna pay you back for all the damage I've done to you. I'm gonna help you with.
There you go. Yeah. Boom. There's a movie. There's part 2.
Woo!
Wait, and his enemy, right? Yeah. Will be a Russian Sambo champion.
There you go. Fucking Russians.
I mean, we're talking about Rocky, man. That came up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it has to, bro. Because the Russians was a bad guy in this movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was one of the guys that he had to fucking deal with throughout the whole movie.
No, he was a Greek guy. He was Greek.
Oh, he was Greek. I thought he was Russian.
Was Greek. Yeah, he was a Malaka.
Yes, he was. Oh, that whole thing was awesome too, man. He
It
took
was,
care of
man.
that guy in the bathroom. Oh,
Yeah, but he's like, he's not coming back.
he's not coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got much respect there. You just be like, fuck, this
Like, oh
guy's,
shit.
yeah, this guy's
And
better than
the
me.
fact that the prince was like, you're my brother's friends. He has many friends. I do not, and he is my friend. Like saying like, don't fuck with him.
Yeah,
You're in
yeah,
my country.
yeah.
You
Not,
know,
yeah,
that
exactly.
showed the
Like,
respect that he had, and it's true though, bro. All the Abu Dhabi. That's why ADCC's out there, bro. They
yeah,
love jujitsu.
they love jujitsu. It's so crazy because there is like a prince over there who's like all
Yeah,
about the jujitsu.
yeah,
It's so fucking crazy, bro.
yeah, man.
It's
Yeah,
it's amazing, and I love it. I love that they did that. I love that there's in real life a fucking prince in Abu Dhabi
yeah,
that loves jujitsu. The
yeah,
whole thing is so fantastic.
yeah. That's why it makes so much sense for somebody that trains jiu-jitsu. Like, oh shit, Abu Dhabi, he's in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be taking place pre-UFC.
Yes.
It's pre-UFC. It's they talked about the Vale Todos, but they didn't call it Vale Todos. They talked about everything goes and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and those are the fights in Brazil, and then it kind of worked its way up to okay, boom, like pre-UFC.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a legend, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of trying to be. It's kind of like a legend. And it kind of takes some of tropes from some of these legends that you hear about. Oh, this guy showed up at the gym, he fucking kicked his ass because he was a karate guy and didn't have any respect for jujitsu. That kind of stuff. All these
little things
like,
that you hear,
little,
yeah,
like these little
either
stories.
social media or in some of these websites, these jiu-jitsu websites, or something is always coming up, right?
Yeah.
Like little videos, and there's just one video where this like teenage girl goes through like 6 of her friends, man. And that's oh my god, bro! Like that video went viral, and you know, I know you do it too, man. But when you talk to somebody else that doesn't train jujitsu, I mean, you get in that jujitsu preaching mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And every time somebody talks to me about jujitsu, I'm like, man, you know how effective it is, and how
Yeah.
that you just won't understand it unless you try it. I'm sure that everybody says that, but that's like my go-to video. Like, look, watch this video.
Yeah.
The video speaks for itself.
Yeah.
This little tiny 120 pound girls, like literally next, and just beating all her guy friends. You know what I'm saying? And not just like by chance, bro. She's like humiliated. Like, they can't do nothing.
Oh, dude.
And it's like, that's jujitsu.
Like at the gym,
Jiu-jitsu.
like every now and then there'd be a boy would come in. He thinks he's awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and in fact, I remember one boy in particular, this Latin kid. He thought it was, too good for his own skin, bro. This boy, he showed up. Latin kid. He thinks he's suave, bro. He's like 10 years old. He's got like a fucking little earring in his ear. I'm like, he's like 10.
Yeah.
What are you doing with a fucking earring in your ear? You're 10, right?
Yeah, just glowing pride, right?
Oh yeah, he thought. Oh, he was a good-looking kid. He's a good-looking little suave little Latin kid, right? And so, like, it's his first class, and he's behaving himself, but he's like, hey, so you guys spar at the end or whatever? I'm like, yeah, I've seen the classes. Yeah, I want to spar. I'm like, yeah, so take it easy. Like, let's, this is your first class. Like, because first of all, I don't trust him, right?
Exactly.
And second, like, I want him to kind of, get a taste for it, because I don't want him to get scared.
Exactly.
And then not come back.
You want to motivate him to want to continue training and actually pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want him to keep coming back. Yeah. I don't want him to feel humiliated. I also want him to understand that there's no humiliation here. It's just sparring, right? But also, like, I don't want him to hurt anybody in case he's too big, too strong for other people, right? So then he, like, it's a kids class, right? So I'm a purple belt. Like, as you know, purple belts probably shouldn't be teaching class, but the instructor wasn't, but they can, right? Yeah. And the instructor wasn't present, and so I was instructed. So now I'm responsible for what happens. So the other worry too is like, okay, the teacher's not here, and if something goes wrong, and it's going to be my fault that I let it happen, right? So I got all this shit in my head, and so then the kid's like, I want to spar, like, because what I do is I have, pairs of kids spar one at a time, right? So like I'm not having 10 kids going at one time. I have one kid with another kid and they go at it and that's it. Nobody else is going on at the same time. Everybody else has to watch, right? Because I want to be careful. I want to make sure that nobody gets hurt. And plus it's how my instructor wanted me to teach the class. So the kids are rolling. I'm watching them, right? And so then this kid is getting fucking, excited, right? He's like, fuck, I want to do this. I want to do this. He's just went through a whole class. He's done some technique. He thinks he's got it, right? And, I'm looking at him. Yeah, he might have a little talent. Who knows? Maybe he's just older or physical or whatever.
Some kind of background.
Yeah. So, but I don't want him doing anything because, again, I don't want him to hurt anybody. So finally, like, everybody is sparring. He's like, hey, man, I want to spar. I was like, dude, this is your first class. I'm not going to let you spar. And he's like, I'll be fine. I'm going to spar. I want to spar. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking, fuck, who do I put this kid with? Right. Like the biggest kid, is inexperienced. I didn't want him to go and then have him get hurt.
Yeah.
So I had no choice. I put him with my daughter, who's like 8 years old at the time. And my daughter is fearless. I don't understand why, because I'm the biggest chicken. She must get it from her mother. But she was like, fine. She was like, I'll do it. Let me do it. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
I'm telling you, bro, girls are tougher than guys, man.
Fuck yeah, bro.
They are, bro.
Yeah. And so she goes and she does, so I'm like, all right, just if you get him, blah, 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 you got to tap, how this works, etc. Okay, ready, go, boom. And they go. And so he's squiggly, right? So he's running away from a little bit. He thinks he can overpower my daughter, but he can't, because my daughter, even though she's smaller than this kid, knows what she's doing, right? So she grabs this kid, right? Eventually she grabs his legs, takes him down. Dude doesn't know what he's doing. So she jumps on his back and throws on the fucking choke. And the kid taps, right? And it took seconds, right? The kid gets up and he's like, all right, you're good.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, well, dude, like I'm just happy nobody got hurt, because
you were sweating through that whole thing. Like this goes so many different ways, man.
This is go sideways real quick, right?
Yeah.
And it's my daughter, and I'm putting my daughter in danger. No, nothing to be worried about. She took the kid down, dragged him to the ground. She grabbed his legs. He was being squirrely. She spun around behind him, dragged him to the floor, then climbed up his back, threw her hooks in, and then fucking clamped on the fucking choke, and boom, it was done, brother.
Please tell me you recorded it.
Nah, bro.
Oh, that would have been great, man.
There has been times where, because like every story, this happens all the fucking time. Every time there's a new boy in class, this scenario plays out. Some boys cry. Yeah. We've had this really tall, skinny boy who did this. And I'm like, dude, like at one point, like I told this kid, I said, look, I don't want you to spar. It's your first time. He's like, I could take anybody. This is like, I'll be fine. Like really arrogant. And I was just like, oh boy, please don't make me do this. Like I don't want this to happen to you. And nor do I want.
I don't want to kill jujitsu for you.
I don't want to kill.
You're probably not going to come back after what's going to happen.
Exactly. And so like, I don't want this to happen to you. And I want you to come back and I want you to respect what's happening. I want you to respect that I'm protecting you and protecting my kids. Right. And so like, he's tall. He's a tall kid, he was a little older. Again, maybe 10, 11. Nope. I had no choice. I sicked my daughter on him, and she did what she always did. She dragged this kid to the ground and then fucking eventually got the choke. And then when the fight was over, he got up, went to the corner, sat there, and started crying. Like he had tears streaming down his face, because at one point before the fight, he was just like, she's a girl. I can take her. Can you give me somebody else? She's going to be too easy for me. I'm too strong for her. That's what he said to my daughter.
Okay, I'm curious as to the conversation you had afterwards.
Afterwards, I didn't have to say anything to him.
No.
Not
even any few words of comforting. Like, listen, man, this is jujitsu. Like, this is what it does to you. It humbles you, and instead of you need to gravitate towards it instead of running away from it, because just because you got your ass handed to today doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's going to continue to do that, you know, because
I-
that's one of the big reasons I think a lot of people detach themselves from jiu-jitsu, especially the big guys.
Yeah.
Big guys go in there and you know, they think they muscle them, so you know, they muscle their way through, and then they get beat by some small little 150-pound kid,
Mm-hmm.
and it just hurts them so much that they don't even want to show their face there anymore.
They don't want to show their face
And
anymore.
they're like, screw this, you know. Heck, that happened to me, man. I remember the first time I rolled, I forgot who, I don't even remember the kid's name, but he was this little Asian kid. He was like 120, 130 pounds soaking wet, man.
Mm.
And within seconds, bro, he had me in an armbar, you know. But I took it like, whoa, if this kid could do this to me, I want to learn this.
Yeah.
I want to learn this,
Yeah.
you know. And if anything, it made me more, you know, more like I gotta learn this.
I can't remember if I told him anything of comfort. I think I told him something like, you gotta be careful what you say.
Yeah.
What you say can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
And this is like, today you learned a lesson that, you know, just because you're a boy doesn't mean that. Yeah, I can't remember what I said to him. I want to say I said something like that to him. I want to say that because I also tried to be careful what I say
Mm-hmm.
and not to be mean to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But like he was disrespectful, man. Like at one point he was like, I can beat her. She's a girl. They're like, I'm going to be too strong for her. And then I was just like, oh. And I looked at because I had help that day. And I looked at the other coaches and I looked at them and they looked at me and they like looked away and they're like, this is on you, man. You know, like they're like, I don't know what, you know, because
like, I know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Go for it. I look the other way.
So I was like, all right, go for it. And I was like hoping that nothing bad would happen.
But that's exactly the kind of kids that jiu-jitsu needs to reach, man, because it needs to put them in their place, and they need to be humble, and they'll learn from it, man. And they'll learn that, hey, you know what? I'm not this little invincible badass, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and it could help them. It'll definitely help them out along the way, man.
I 100% agree with you.
You know,
everybody needs a moment of humility. Everybody needs
absolutely, man. They need to be reminded. Listen, you're not this badass guy that you think you're in your head, man.
No,
you're just not.
No,
you know,
because the moment of humility can come to you at any moment, and sometimes
depends how you take it too. Some people take it, you know. I think it's all in the way you take it. You know, if you take an ass kicking, like, damn, you know, I mean, obviously, me and you were experienced practitioners, and from getting our ass beat's actually a good thing, I think. You know, I welcome that. Like, yes, okay, now it's something, you know, okay, I need to work on this, I need to work on that, and you know, the last thing it does is push me away from it. Brings me closer to jiu-jitsu. But with somebody that's just starting off, you know, or especially a kid, I could see how that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't have a point of reference. You don't have that ability to say, okay, this is just part of learning. I got my ass kicked. That's because there's a problem there. I have a problem. I have a hole in my game. I need to work on this. I need to work on that. Yeah. You know, but it somehow gets equated to some people in terms of their manhood. Right.
Yeah.
Their manhood is,
unfortunately, but
yeah. That means that they're lacking as a man somehow.
At some point, in some area in their lives.
Yeah.
You know?
But you see, that's the difference between somebody who's willing to face that, who has the courage to face that and fix it, versus someone who runs away from that. Right.
Exactly.
So the person who sees that problem and says, okay, I have a hole in my game. This is going to help me. I need to fix it, right? I need to go here and continue on learning, working on this, working on that, working on this, working on that, because it's going to make me better, right? A person who runs away from this kind of stuff, there could be several reasons, right? There could be like, you know what, I don't have time for it. I like it, but I don't have time for it. Or it's not really my thing. I understand all that. But if someone is avoiding it because they're afraid of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like every time you roll, you want to roll with that guy that beats your ass.
Yeah.
You want to roll, you know, because you know what, you get through a 5-minute roll and you know he's better than you, but let's say you go through 5 minutes and you know what, you didn't tap or he didn't catch you in anything. That's a win. That's a win, man. That's improvement. You're like, okay, boom. And then, you know, it's like they're saying, you know, you want to be a lion, you got to fight amongst lions with lions.
Yeah. You got
that's completely true, man. Versus, you got your guys that they avoid the tough guys and they just want the guys that easy takings. That's not the mentality you should have when you're in jiu-jitsu, man.
Like there's the guys. Yeah, you have at one point you gotta be able to spar with everybody.
Yeah,
like regardless of whether he's a nutty person or whatever, even if he's a spaz,
a white belt spaz.
if he's a white belt spaz, you should be able to control him. Like
Yeah.
you should you got no honestly, if you're a white belt spaz, unless you learn to behave yourself, they're always going to stick you with the purple belts, man.
Exactly.
You're not going to get another white belt.
Listen up, white belts. Listen up. There's a lesson right here.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why you keep getting your ass kicked and why you keep getting paired up with these killers, you stop spazzing.
Yeah.
It's true though, man.
It's true. Yeah. But there's even some high belt spazzes, right? There's just some people that are like spazzy and they shouldn't be spazzy, but fuck, you can't avoid those guys.
You can't.
Sometimes you're going to have to roll with those guys because you know what? There are 10 people in the gym or 7 people or whatever. And you got to. That's just what it is,
And you know what? That's how you grow, man.
Yeah.
That's the only way to grow.
Yeah. And if he's a dangerous spaz, you at the very least know, don't fucking go leg locks with his ass. Or don't let him get his game on.
Or the goal should be, control. Forget trying to catch submission. If it's there, catch it. But you know what? Control. Try not to get elbowed. Try not to get knee in the face.
Get hit in the groin.
Hey, exactly. Yeah. Hey, it's like a real fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, yeah. No, there's
good practice.
There's one guy who fucking clipped me in the fucking eye and cut me in the eye. And I was like fucking gushing blood. And it's just like, that shit happens.
It happens, bro.
It happens.
And that's funny. That's what happened in the movie. Remember, she was like, when he was on the plane, when he first met her, when she's like, so what do you do? He's like, well, I'm an instructor, self-defense instructor. And she's like, specifically, this martial art discipline called jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And she's like, I'm not really into they're fighters or stuff like that. And he's like, no, it's not dangerous. And he goes on. And she's like, oh, really? And she kind of makes a gesture towards this black guy. And he's like, no, this rarely happens,
Yeah.
But I love how he incorporated that too into the movie.
Yeah.
Because it is safe,
safe.
For the most part, it is safe in a controlled environment. But hey, a black guy, it's bound to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? It is a full contact sport, whichever way you look at it. But
yeah,
I like how he threw that in there too.
Yeah, we're not playing patty cake.
No, we're
right?
not.
We're not.
Exactly.
We're not playing golf.
Exactly.
It's shit's gonna happen.
And you know what? I think that's everybody's aware of that, and I think that's what makes it so therapeutical. Because for those for that hour that you're training there with these killers, that you got people that are trying to choke you. They're gonna try to freaking break your arm, your leg, and that's all you're focused on for that hour. Everything else, all your stress, everything, work, problems at home, that shit, you leave it at the door.
Yeah.
You can't even think about that, even if you tried, man, while you're rolling, dude, because it's your survival instincts just kick in. You know what I mean?
You have to be present.
You have to.
And all the things that you're talking about, work, stress, all that bullshit. I mean, not that it's bullshit, but life, the rest of life has to be out of your mind for the next hour and a half, however long class is,
Exactly.
Or if you're at a fucking open mat or whatever. For those minutes that you're sparring,
survival mode, you got to be
paying attention to what you're doing. And I think it's a very unique experience because it's meditation.
It is, man.
It
really is meditation. It's therapy. It's it's like and to quote, I'm part of the movie too. He said something. He's like, those mats don't lie. Mats don't lie. The truth comes out no matter what. And that's so true, man. That's a saying that's been going in the jiu-jitsu community forever, since I first started. Like, the mats don't lie, man.
The mats don't lie.
The truth always comes out.
Also the other thing, mat time. Mat time. More than anything.
Time.
You need that mat time.
You need to.
That's the only way you get to blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt. It's the mat time. It might take you different years. It might take you 10 years. It might take the other guy 4 years.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the mat time, there's no way you can't
substitute it. Yeah.
You can't.
There's no substitute. And I think for the most part, everybody that's been training jiu-jitsu for at least over 3 or 4 years, man, maybe at a purple belt and higher level, it comes to a point, man, where you don't have to think about that, man. Who cares how long it takes you? Who cares what belt level you're at? Who cares about how fast this guy's progressing and that you're not progressing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you're white belt, right? What's the first thing you do? You buy fucking 10,000 gis, right? I mean, bro, I've got tubs of gis, bro. Like, I mean, gis I've never even worn yet, bro. And am I lying though?
No,
am I lying?
I got the same. I got tons of gis that I also have that I haven't worn. I have one that I keep saving.
Yeah,
because it's my
your black belt gi.
No.
I get to wear this one to get my black belt.
No, it's not one of those. But do have one. But no, this black belt, this gi is my hemp gi.
Ooh,
it's my special hemp gi. I've only worn it like 3-4 times.
Wow, I'm telling you, man. But all that, and I think that's what in the beginning that helped me. That got me excited about jiu-jitsu. You know what I'm saying? I like that aspect that, they got different gis and you get excited about this. And I think, you know what, teach their own. And if that's what keeps you interested in jiu-jitsu, that's great, man. Yeah. But at some point you're going to realize you just love that one damn gi that's light as a feather, all ripped up, torn apart. You know what I mean? That's going to be your favorite gi because that's the one you're most comfortable rolling in. And then, you get to that point where things like that don't matter anymore, man, and you stop caring about how long it's taking you to get to where you're at. You stop caring about other people's progression and you take jiu-jitsu for what it is, man. And you know what I'm saying? You just enjoy it. That's it. And the time, forget about the time because the time's going to come anyways. The next thing you know, boom. Oh, wow. I got my brown belt. Wow, I got my black belt. Holy shit, that's how I think it should be instead of counting down the days. And I think for a lot of us, it does become that, man.
Yeah. The problem is that that's the kind of, you can't help it, right? You get into jiu-jitsu and then you realize, oh shit, this is going to take some time, right? This is going to take a long time. Like you get that first stripe or the first 2 stripes or whatever it is. And you're like, fuck, this is taking a long fucking time.
But tell me, those stripes don't feel good. They do in the beginning, especially when you're white belt. You're like, okay, I'm progressing somewhat. You know what I'm saying? And again, you don't mean to, but people beginning, they do look at belts. You know what I mean? Remember me and you looking at people blue belts, like, oh, that guy's a blue belt.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that guy's a blue belt. You know what I'm saying? We used to be like, oh shit, we used to get all hyped up when a blue belt came.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think there's no way around it sometimes, But the fact that, like I said, man, whatever floats your boat. If it's like getting a stripe that keeps you going, and I think that's why the stripes are given out the way they are. You know what I mean? Because it was never part of an actual like belt system before, at least from what I've read. But they do it to keep people motivated, especially young kids.
They do it for the kids and the Americans.
Yeah. But I think it really does get to a point where you're just like, who cares? I'm just here to train. That's it.
It's kind of what I like about the instructor I have now, Mac the Knife. I
heard he's tough, man. I heard you're a champ just to get through his workouts, his warm-ups.
He's a tough guy. But I mean, it's just like the Vianna Brothers.
Yeah.
That's the same kind of workout.
Same mentality,
same kind of difficult workout, except he incorporates judo in the workouts. So like, at the Vianna Brothers, it was all kind of like calisthenics, and some drills here and there. With Mac the Knife, it's all drills. There's a little bit of running warm up and some things in the beginning, but then it's all drills. All the warm up is all workout drills, like just drill, like throws. Drills like for like throwing, passing the guard, et cetera. You know the deal.
Drillers are killers.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
Yeah, so like bro. And then there are days he used to have these special days, bro. Before the pandemic went away, he used to have these fucking special days where he just fucking kick your ass, bro. It was like your fucking workout out of hell, bro. And then people wouldn't show up again.
Like he's on that level today. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it's like the first 2 times we did those. It was like a Saturday or a Sunday or something. People showed up, it was like 20 guys, right? And then after that, it was 10 guys. It's like immediately,
Like, nope.
No, I gotta work, man.
I gotta work.
Yeah, I gotta work.
I gotta be with the family.
I gotta be. Yeah, I gotta be. Yeah, I gotta wash the dishes. There's all this shit I gotta do. Yeah, like taxes. I gotta do my taxes. Yeah, you've been doing your taxes for the last fucking month, man. How long are your taxes? What are you writing off, motherfucker?
It's June, motherfucker. What are you doing?
You're fucking late, bro. The IRS is already up your ass.
God damn.
No, bro. But no, yeah, it's rough, bro.
When you got any plans on returning soon?
As soon as I get the vaccine, I think I'll go back. The other issue though is like I was saying before, I got knee problems. I probably need surgery.
Oh,
I don't know how serious the surgery is. I'm hoping that it's just like some bullshit light surgery, you know? They go in, they reattach whatever's ripped, you know, because I can walk and I can roll a little bit, but I can't kneel. Like I can't be on my knees. I can't sit on my knees. And I can't lock my guard.
You can't like kneel down, like the movement itself, or you just can't be in that position for long?
I can't sit on my heels.
Okay.
I have something torn because the leg every now and then boop, pops out of place. So I probably need something reattached. At the very least, I need someone to look at it, right? But I'm betting I need surgery. And so
do that now, man. Get it out the way.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Do that now, so that way you can start going through the healing process, and that way, once you feel more comfortable, start going out and training, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
because then vaccine's gonna roll out. Everybody's gonna start rolling, training, and you're gonna feel like, okay, this is time for me to go back. But boom, I gotta get the surgery done, and then here goes another 6 to 8 weeks.
I gotta figure out when is the perfect time, because it's like I still gotta shovel snow. You know,
well, hire your neighbor, bro. hire your neighbor's kid for like $20 and have him shovel your snow, man. That's what I wish I did.
Yeah, fuck, bro. That's Like, the thing is I shoveled like 10 people's not 10, 4 people's driveways. So I shovel my driveway. I shovel my mother-in-law's driveway. I shovel my aunt's driveway, and then sometimes my neighbor who helps out my mother-in-law, I have to shovel his driveway because I got to pay back.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So I got to
springtime, brother. Plan for early spring, get that shit done, and then start healing and start making your way back to the gym, man. I'm like, the last 2 months, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go next month. And then, it's just scary. You know what I mean? But now I think I'm ready to go back, man. I just need it back in my life, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
And especially now, like I haven't trained at Brazil 021 for quite some time now, man. And it's mostly the logistics part. But I had recently joined Maximus gym.
Oh, I heard of Maximus.
Man, that gym is growing, man. And my sister's actually she's coaching the kids.
Is she?
My sister dove into it with jiu-jitsu, man. She's doing MMA, she's doing the Muay Thai, and she's coaching the kids class. And
what is she? What level is she at?
She's at a blue belt, but she's been a blue belt for quite some time now,
Oh, so she's on the cusp of a purple belt, probably. Huh?
Yeah. The school prior, their grading system was a little off. It was too slow. But she's I would say I would put her like at a purple belt. Okay. Like a fresh purple belt. But
yeah, she just needs a teacher.
Yeah, but again, she's in no rush. You know what I'm saying? But we train under a high school buddy of mine, man. We went to high school together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Mike Simarusti. Mike Sim.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I know the school. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, his twin brother is a black belt as well, and he's got a Chicago grappling school, Chicago School of Grappling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. So these guys are awesome.
So Maximus is in Aurora, is it?
No, it's in Roselle.
Okay, Roselle.
Yeah,
okay.
It's in Roselle, so it's a lot closer.
It's not too far from me, but it's still like a good 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's a good like 20 minutes from me, man. But you know how it's tough. It's tough changing schools. Yeah, especially at brown belt, man. Nobody knows you and stuff like that. And I'm lucky enough to Mike. Mike's known me for years, man. And it's like, okay, I know I'm going into a good environment. My sister's there. Yeah, because. I've always been hesitant to even train out of the gyms, man. It's because of the fact that they see me, 270, 280 pound guy, brown belt, you know, it's like,
Muscle.
yeah, it's like I don't want, you know, they think I'm really aggressive, but that's not my style, man.
Yeah.
It's not, man. I try to be super technical and try to use like barely any strength, but that's not how, you know,
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, new people that I roll with,
Hmm.
they're like super aggressive, you know, and
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it works for my benefit because I'll let them be aggressive until they tire themselves out, you know. I'll play the defense until, you know, until I gotta go into offense mode. But
I do the
you
same.
know,
I do the same.
you always, anybody, regardless of who you are, man. Sometimes you go into these schools with a big target on your back. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah.
when they don't know you. But this school, man, is like they're super chill, super laid back, man. The environment seems really good, man. Bunch of good
Mhm.
people. You know
See,
that it's all about that energy, man. You
yeah,
know.
for sure. And it's funny because you're trying to. I know you're a humble guy and you're not boasting or anything, but you're a fucking crazy strong guy. You're not just regular strong.
Well,
You're like super strong. How much you bench, bro? You're like,
and okay,
uh-huh.
before I stopped actually lifting, because that was my thing before I found jujitsu, man. Lifting was my thing. Like
Uh-huh.
I wanted to be so big to the point where I'd have to turn sideways to walk through a door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know, and in many ways, that's still my number one passion. You know, I'll always love lifting, but
Hmm.
not as heavy. But the last time, man, I was benching, oh fuck, it was 5 plates and a quarter, and I was repping it, man. I was repping it at least four or five times.
So you're talking about 45 plates. You're not just five,
Yeah,
four,
yeah.
so
So
five
10 plates total, 10 plates total,
of 45 pounds each.
45 pounds each, the Olympic bar, and 50 pounds, 25 pounds on each side. I mean, the bar was bending, bro. You know, I would have to have like two guys spot at each side, you know. Like I was getting to that point where I was even starting to worry, like, man, maybe I shouldn't start going this heavy, man. I'm gonna hurt myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rip
Dude.
something. But I had to, man. You know, you get to that point where you know you can do it and you just gotta do it, you know.
Yeah, you're a fucking psycho, bro.
Yeah, I know,
That
man.
is
I think back
fucking
now. I think back now, bro. I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking, bro?
yeah,
But
but you could do it though,
yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
How could
You
you
know,
not want to do it if you know in your
if you
heart
know
you
you
could?
can, bro. You know,
Yeah.
and it's not like, okay, one day I'm sitting down and say, okay, throw 5 plates on there. No, I've
No.
always gradually moved up little
Mhm.
by, and I guess it just got to that point where I'm like, okay, man, let's throw on those fifth plates. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Because I mean, when I last saw you, like in person,
Mhm.
because right now we're doing this on a call, we're doing it in Zoom.
Mhm.
Like the last time I saw you, I mean, you were still crazy strong. Like maybe you don't lift as much as you do, but that strength that you have is yours now, man. You're
Yeah,
never
well,
you're
you know,
never
muscle has memory, bro. Like I'll
yeah.
go to the gym and then you know I'll barely be able to bench. Like you know, I used to warm up with 2 plates on each side. You know,
Holy
and
shit.
then it got to the point where now like I'll go into the gym and I'm like barely lifting, you know, a plate on each side. But then a couple weeks in, bro, it's like it comes back.
Yeah.
You know, muscle has memory, bro, and it comes back. You just need to build yourself up there, you know, little by little.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've you know that I've taken out of you know lifting weights is that you, as long as you progress, you know, even if it's slow, you know, it's progression, you
Yeah.
know, and that's kind of the mentality that I took when I started jujitsu. But because of jujitsu, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be this big anymore. Like I just want to be small, you know, because it does hinder you, man. Not only the fact that, you know, you gas out quicker when you have muscle, you know, but as far as like flexibility and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I've never really had a problem with flexibility. I'm pretty flexible for a guy my size, but
Mhm.
still, you know, like I feel like it does hinder you, you know, and I'm like, you know what, I want to just maintain the muscle that I got now. I just want to get ripped a little bit and just be in shape, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you being a lifetime martial artist like yourself, I mean, you're always going to have a certain amount of flexibility that isn't going to go away. So just like the muscle that you have,
Mhm.
you're also going to keep that flexibility. So like it's only going to take a little time even if you're a little tight to get that flexibility back. So like
It comes back, yeah.
yeah, a guy like yourself, you're never going to have that kind of trouble. But I understand what you're saying. You there's a give and take, right? There's you got to trade some endurance for some strength, right? Yeah, but
Exactly.
you still need strength.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you know, frequently like, the last time I started lifting, last year was pre-COVID. Like I was just on a roll, man. I was looking good. I had lost weight. I was feeling good about myself. I was down to like I want to say 268, but
Mhm.
solid, right? No belly, no nothing. Now I'm like at maybe I'm hitting 280 post COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, like I go in there and my mentality is like, okay, I'm not gonna lift heavy. I'm not gonna lift heavy. You know, and then I'm just gonna go a little bit of weight, high reps, high reps. But then there's days that I go in there and I'm feeling good. I'm like, I can't. I got to. I got to throw some weight in there. I got to see where I'm at. You know, it's just something you have to do, bro.
Yeah, I
You
hear
know, it's hard to get away from that.
I can totally understand that. I can totally understand the
You know?
mentality.
But it's nothing like the way I used to train, man. Before, like pre jiu-jitsu, like I'd be in the gym for, bro, 3-4 hours a day, man, and I was going ham at it, those weights, man. You know,
Well, the other thing too is it's like, you know, you're a younger guy then, right?
absolutely.
You might have had a little more time,
More time. That's what it was,
you
brother.
know.
Time, energy.
Yeah.
Once you got kids, bro, it kind of
Souls all that shit down.
it pumps the brakes a little bit. Like, hold up, homie. You don't need that extra set. You need to go home and rest. What you need.
Damn straight, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, dude. It's just like now it's like, you know, 45 years old, right? Like I do anything, bro. Shovel the snow, for example. Because like we're getting so much goddamn snow. Shovel the snow. I can't fucking move. You know, like I'm so fucking
you, bro.
like my back, like I could tell which muscles I'm hitting because whenever I twist a certain way, because you know you got to scoop the snow up and then lift it and toss it over the
toss it.
Yep. You know that shit right. Those muscles they go you know, like those are the ones that
you'll remember about muscles you've forgotten about, man. Like oh wait, that's right down there, the back, lower back. But see, but that's why it's important for us, man, especially that we're aging, man. That we continue with things like jujitsu, bro, and stretching and all that, because the more you keep your body active and used to it, you know, I think the better off you're going to be versus, you know, you don't do anything. You know, like, you know, you see these older guys like, oh my, they have trouble with their back and they wouldn't even be able to reach down and touch their toes. It's because they weren't active and their muscles and their bodies, they're not used to it. The fact that we continuously, you know, push our bodies to limits, I think that's what actually helps us stay in health, you know, stay healthy.
I 100% agree. You don't use it, you're going to lose it.
Absolutely.
That's just it.
Absolutely, man.
And then there's these people who don't move. These people who don't fucking move.
Yeah.
And that is what's killing you. You're not moving. You're not saving anything if you don't use it, man.
Exactly, man. And those are the people that you start with their problems at a, you know, a young age, man.
Damn straight.
You know.
Yeah, they have like the fucking the diabetes, the heart problems, the fucking liver problems, the this, the that, it's just that, you know, like it doesn't have to be jujitsu.
No, it doesn't, man. But it doesn't. It could be tennis.
It could be anything.
You know what I'm saying? Anything.
Yeah, anything. But you need to move. You need to find yourself a community that's going to be good for your mind. Oh. And you're gonna, and it's gonna humble you and
keeps you active.
And it keeps you active. It could be church for all I know. It doesn't matter. You know, what matters is the community and the activity. You need those things. If you can get that anywhere you go, if you can get that, it's going to be so much better for you. Because even as a kid growing up, there was so much I learned from being in the gym with all these other tough guys. Because I'd much rather be with those tough guys than some of the office people I hang out with, man. Because those guys are the nicest guys. Those guys will come up to you and show you that you're doing something wrong. Oh, you're throwing hey man, you're throwing the jab wrong.
1000%, man. Yeah, that doesn't fail, bro. That never fails, bro.
They're gonna come up and hey, look, I'm sorry to bother you, and they're so fucking nice. Yeah. They're gonna be, hey man, look, I know you're in the middle of your work. I'm sorry, but I see you're throwing the jab wrong. This is how you throw the jab. You step this way, you do this, and you know, don't pop the elbow out. You gotta keep the elbow in, and just, you know, like those you know, that's how I learned. Like, yeah, I took classes. I learned in classes. But just being in the gym is what taught me, because there was always going to be a guy who saw something I was doing wrong. And that's some fucking schmuck who just was, you know, happened to be there before class. I'm talking about a fucking wise old guy who had his battles in the ring, and he was nice enough to come over and show me a piece of his wisdom. Like that, the only place you're going to get shit like that is in a fucking gym, whether it's a lifting gym, a boxing gym, martial art gym, jiu-jitsu, wherever, because people can't wait to not only show how smart they are, but
Share
also,
knowledge.
but just share the knowledge to make sure that you stay on the path of right.
Not just that, they see that same enthusiasm that they had when they first started,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, okay, I wish, I had that mentor, or I'm sure they probably did. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So they're just passing it along,
And
and it's
and
so
it.
true. Look, fun, true story, bro. True story. I used to work out at Export, right, since I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and sure enough, there's, oh, that one guy that comes in, he's just boof, buffed. I mean, perfect. Like this guy's sculpted, bro. He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was doing my biceps one day, and he came up to me, man. He was just like, "Hey, man, you ever try this?" And it's a barbell curl, like using the actual barbell from the bench press.
Yeah.
He's like, and he was showing me this method where you bring it all the way up, like bring your elbows up to your eyes, like eye level, and like kind of curling it when it's on top, and really awesome technique, bro. And he sat there and he showed it to me, bro, and we were working it, bro. And I still to this day, bro, when I do biceps, I hit that move. Bro, years later, he comes up and he shows up at Brazil 021. Awesome guy, bro. His name's Johnny.
Yeah.
Awesome guy, bro. And he's still freaking massive, bro. The guy looks like he's our age, bro, but he's obviously, he's a little bit older. I'm telling you, bro. And the thing that I was just a kid, bro, and he just took the time to say, "Hey, listen, man, boom, this is how you do it," and it started. And I seen him in class, bro. And it was after class when I looked at him, like, "Wait, man." He's like, "I know you." I'm like, "I know you." I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "You're the one that taught me the barbell curl, remember?" He's like, "That's right." It's like, oh shit. And sure enough, man, he was a teammate for a while. He's a black belt now, bro.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'll tell you, bro, life's funny, man. And it's cool, man. It's just, I mean, how that my experience in the gym and experience of jiu-jitsu kind of came together. You know what I mean? I'll never forget that.
That's the other thing too. Like guys that I've seen in the gym way back in the day, bro. Guys I haven't seen in years. I'll go to a tournament or I'll drop by at a gym and the fucking guy is there. And I'm like, holy shit. I can't believe I remember you. Oh, hey man, how's it going? And it's like, boom. It's like you're having instant friend.
Like you never left.
It's like you never left, bro.
Yep.
And it's worse because he's almost family. He knows all your fucking secrets from back in the day, bro.
Yep.
He's like, hey, remember when you did this shit? You pissed yourself, or you shit the fucking ring, or you fucking bled all over this and this. Like they got all those stories, man. I'm like, all right, man, all right.
and you know what? You could pick up right where you left off with those guys, man.
Exactly. And it's not like
right where, no matter what, I'm sure they've been through, crazy events in their life, just like you have, and no matter how many years later, bro, you guys see each other in the gym. It's like boom,
boom,
right where you left off.
It's like it's like you guys never stopped talking.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's just what it builds, man.
So I had a funny story, dude.
Wait, speaking of which, before I forget,
go for it.
Because we were talking about, did you buy yourself a decent barbell yet?
I'm not yet, bro.
Okay, so at least tell me you're not using that thing.
That's just hey, so the other day, no, dude, I haven't had a chance. Okay, so this is what happened. All right, so I put the shit in the cart. Like I was looking at it, I said, "Oh, this is a good one. I like this one." So like I went to Rogue Fitness, and Rogue, I mean, it's just the best price. It's a company I trust. Because I was looking online and I went to Amazon and shit, and I was looking at this and I was looking at that, and then like people were complaining in the comments, like, "Oh, this came from China. I don't know what this came from. Like, I don't even know what kind of metal this is. I might be poisoning myself." I'm like, "Fuck, I don't want to fuck around, right?" Mm-hmm. So I said, I don't want to end up with another fucked up barbell because, like I told you, like I got for our listeners,
bro, throw that thing away, bro. Do yourself a favor and somebody else. Do not pass that along, bro.
Oh, dude, no. I'm gonna
use it as a door opener if you want,
dude. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put some fucking dope art on it, dude. I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna put something cool like a giant snake or something. Right, I'll figure it out.
You got to explain it to whoever's might be listening to this.
Okay,
you gotta explain what it is.
So I got this fucking barbell from some Mexican dude in fucking Cicero, right? And so like I saw the barbell, I saw it was black, I saw it was $60. I said that fucking barbell is perfect, right? Because I don't have that much money. I don't want to like break the bank trying to get plates, trying to get this, trying to get that. So at the time, it was hard to get stuff at the time. So I was just trying to acquire equipment so I can train because it was getting pretty evident it was going to take a while for me to get back to a gym. So I said, I got to lift. I got to eventually lift. So So I started acquiring equipment like somewhere starting in October, right? And so I met up this Mexican dude in fucking in Cicero, and he sold me this bar. And when I saw it in the picture, it looked dope, right? And so when he showed it to me, I said, okay, that it's the black bar. It looks cool. All right, here's $60. I grabbed the bar, and as I'm putting it into the trunk, I'm like, what's up with that piece in the middle, right? I didn't really inspect it, and I already gave the guy the money. I was like, oh, it's done, right? So I threw it in the fucking trunk. I get it home, and then I realize, oh shit, it's 3 pieces. It's held together in the middle by a one solid piece, and then it's got 2 other pieces that it connects to. And when you grab it, like when I put weight on it, you can feel it shake a little bit in the pieces where it meets, you know. So
Brother, how much weight have you tried to put up with that thing?
I've only, like, first of all, I'm not nearly as strong as you. The heaviest I got was 200 pounds, 210 pounds.
That's still about 190 pounds too heavy for that bar, bro. Bro, do not trust that thing.
I know, man. It makes it like no fucking.
It reminds me, for some reason, it reminds me like an umbrella arm. You know how like you kind of extend it.
Yeah, dude, it's like an antenna. Yeah, for real,
Yeah.
right? Like, dude, it's and the rickety bench that like after you, like, I showed you pictures of what I have, and you're like, damn, bro, you got to get a new bench too, bro. And I was just like, what's wrong with my bench, man? I said, okay, so like the bench is for right now, and you made super clear sense, bro. And I've been afraid to fucking bench ever since, but I do it every now and then because I have to, right? Like,
Don't go too heavy, you know. Use some dumbbells until you get yourself a decent barbell.
Well, the bench, so the bench is another problem, right? So
Mhm.
I'm putting 200 pounds on that barbell, and then the bench, like I told you, oh well, you asked me, well, what's the max on the bench? And I'm like, oh, it's 300 pounds. And I'm like, well, how much do you weigh? I'm like, well, 270 or 260 at the time, right? Or whatever I told you. Like right now I'm 240 or 250, no, 248, right? I lost a bunch of weight, but
Yeah, from the last time I talked to you, good job.
yeah. So, but thank you, sir. But like, so like you're like, okay, well, you're putting this much weight. You have your own weight and
Plus
then you
your
put
body
it-
weight.
plus your body weight. This is like, dude, that's over 400 pounds. I was just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
and then you're working it every time you're repping.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's hold off now, man. I'm not sure it's gonna hold off for a little bit longer, but one of those days, bro, those legs are just gonna go yank.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So, okay, so I don't have all the money in the world, right? What is the most important thing between the two? A new bench or a new barbell? I know they're both important. I'm getting both, but which one?
Okay, well, first off, okay, you could the bench that you got right now, you could probably get away with, doing some flies or something. Get yourself some dumbbells, 25, 30 pounds. You should be all right, man. I wouldn't worry about it too much. And then but the barbell, no, man, don't. Barbell is like, bro, get rid of it. Like don't even put it in a scenario where somebody could pick it up and use it themselves, bro. Do somebody a favor and just get rid of that thing.
No, I'm not gonna sell it, and I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna put it as a piece of art in my gym to remind me what a dumbass I am.
But if once, put it this way, bro, when you upgrade to the new barbell, obviously you're gonna have no choice but to get a bench as well.
Yeah.
But for now, stay away from that barbell. Use that bench, and then 25, 30 pound dumbbells, man, and you just do some flies. Does it incline? Does that bench incline?
No, it does not.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't trust it to go incline.
Yeah.
But, so I was gonna tell you, stay away from the incline. But yeah, I mean, you could use it for that, man. You could use it for that, and some light weights. You should be okay. Especially, what would you say? You're a $140, $145?
245,
245. I'm sorry, 245.
Yeah,
you'll be fine, man. Just don't just forget about bench pressing there, man. And especially if you get a new bar, that's a good bar is the Olympic weight, man. It's the bar itself is going to be 45 pounds itself. That's a regular, that's an Olympic weight, right?
Yeah.
You put that on the the arms of that bench, and it's gonna look off, bro. It's just gonna look weird.
Well,
It's just gonna be like, no, this piece of equipment doesn't go to this bench.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I had another friend come over like
Mhm.
and look at the bench. Well, he was looking at the bench. He was looking at my heater. He was doing me a favor,
Mhm.
and he was looking at my heater. And while he was looking at while he was down there because it's in the basement, I showed him my bench and I was telling him about you,
Mhm.
you know. And I was just like, bro, don't hurt my feelings. I know this fucking bench. I know this bench is fucked up. But what do you think about it? It's just like, nah, bro.
There you go.
He's like, nah, bro. Like I can see you just sitting on it right now. It's like fucking shaking, bro.
Like,
I was just
that's
like,
good for like a that's good for like a preteen, or the teenager kid, starting off. That's
yeah.
that's good for that, but
I'm
not
gonna,
not for you, man.
I'll give it to my son, or maybe I don't know. That's another piece of equipment I don't want to get rid of because I'm
Yeah.
afraid who's gonna get it, right?
Mhm.
And they could hurt themselves.
No, but I'm saying, you still okay. Hold on to it for your son as he gets older,
Yeah.
right? Get a decent whole bar. As long as it's whole, bro, you're good.
Uh-huh.
As long as it doesn't come on 3 sections and stuff, or it doesn't fold, you're good to go. But yeah, that's perfect. That's a good startup, man, for your son. As he gets older, and then he graduates over to the big boy bench that you'll eventually, hopefully, get.
I got the kids. I got the kids a bar.
Mhm.
They have a better bar than I do.
There you go.
Their bar is a technique bar. It's a juniors bar.
Let me ask. It's in one piece.
Yes, it's one.
That's it, bro. You have me at one piece.
It's a legit bar. I got it from Rogue. They sell junior bars there. It's a legit.
Awesome.
It's a nice little bar, and I got bumpers, like these really light bumpers that I got from Titan. They're like 6 pounds. They're like 2.5 kilos, right?
Mhm.
And so I slap that on there, and every now and then they do deadlifts.
Okay, that's
so
good.
so like, but they got a better bar than I did. I was willing to spend more on a bar for them than I am for myself. Like I gotta fix
It's
that.
always like that, though, brother. You always
Yeah.
want better for your kids.
Yeah, but you're right, man. I know you're right. I knew you. I knew you were gonna roast me because I brought it up to you. I knew you were gonna bring this up, and I was like,
I had to, man. You know what? I forgot about it until we started talking about the gym. I was like, just want to make sure you're not over there doing some clean and snatch and shit with that fucking barbell.
I think I'll be all right if I just do like a deadlift with it, right? Maybe, but
yeah, I guess. Man, I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust that thing for shit, bro.
Oh, bro.
To be honest with you.
All right, man. I'm gonna put it away. I promise I'll get a bar. I'm gonna get a bar at the very least.
How much does it weigh? Does it weigh anything?
It weighs 30 pounds.
Okay, well there you go. If you want to curl it for reps. That's what it's good for.
Either that or a decoration for the gym, right?
There you go. Just leave it on the corner and make it look more with more equipment,
Yeah. I'll figure out. I'm gonna paint it. I'll paint it. I'll paint something dope on it, and I'll put it up in my gym and make sure nobody fucking uses it to like. Fucking,
there you go.
fucking hurt themselves. But oh man, and it's funny because like my son made a comment. He was just like, "Oh, can I pick that up?" And I'm like, "Don't touch it." First of all, it's too heavy for you. Second, it's like I don't trust it. Don't touch it. Yeah.
Yep.
But I'll do it. But I'll use it. Like fuck, that's stupid, right?
Well, now for sure, definitely, you're not gonna let your son use it.
Nah, bro. Okay, man. You see, like, okay, it's good that we had this talk because I got to a point where I was like, look, I can't afford it. Like, I'm not gonna get a bar right now. I'm gonna wait. And then I'm thinking, like, I can get away with this for a little bit longer, right? But now, me estás echando la sal. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro, you just you know what? There's still a lot of chest exercises you can do, man. You do freaking push-ups. You could do,
but now you warned me. So the way this works is I touch it again, something fucked up is gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that's for sure, bro.
And
that's for sure.
And I'm gonna be like, fuck, Eladio was right. So now I can't touch that.
Stay away from it, bro.
Now
and you're better off, bro. And you're better off. You're better off.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'll get a bar. At the very least, I'll get a bar.
There you go.
And if I can get a bench, I'll get a bench. Because one of the benches I was looking at was it's not a bench. It's fuck, what's it called? it's that strongman thing where you pick up something and you walk across with it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool, bro. I like that.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but it can
Kind of
double
like a
it.
U bar, right? It's like you step inside it and you pick it up. It's got two
Yes,
bars and it's got the area to put
the weights on the
the weights
bottom.
on the side. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know exactly
yeah,
what you're talking about.
yeah. That can do that, and it can double as a bench, or it
Mhm.
can double as a squat rack, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Or a squat stand or whatever you want to call it. But like I could use it for all that. And fuck, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it in the comments or whatever.
There
But
you go,
yeah,
man. Even a squat rack, man. You could get one of those and bench off of that as long as you get a decent bench.
yeah, yeah. The
And then
problem.
have you ever tried bench pressing on the ground?
No, I've never tried.
Oh my god, dude. Oof. That's a killer exercise with
Yeah.
dumbbells and with the uh, regular bar, man. You just lay on the ground, you
Mhm.
just boom, boom, because you're limited to your movement. You can't. Sometimes obviously you're not gonna be able to bring your elbows past the ground,
Uh-huh.
so it forces you to kind of keep it at mid rep. You know what I'm saying? And kind of
Yeah.
like, it's a killer workout, man.
Ah, fuck it, man. I
That's
can't.
right.
I can't touch it now, man. You warned me twice already. You warned
There
me
you go, man.
twice.
You
I
got to
can't.
get a barbell, man.
I'm tempting fate now. I'm tempting fate. You're the guy who's warned me. And if I go ahead and touch it again, some
So,
fucked up shit's
so,
gonna
so
happen.
every time you see that barbell, a little thought bubble with my picture should come up, bro. All right?
Bro, it was
No,
doing that
there will.
already. It was doing that already. That shit was already happening. And I was like, I can one more time. One more time. I need another month. Like one more time. But no, now this is twice. You warned me, and this time,
Not just that, bro, but you'll be so hesitant to use that thing now. No matter how much weight is on it, you're just gonna be like, you're not gonna give it 110%, bro.
no, it's gonna be in the back of my
You're
mind
gonna,
now.
you're gonna do like 40%, and you're like, I bet you still have like 5 or 6 reps to go, and you're like, nah,
No,
I'm good.
yeah,
I just want to get off of it safely.
yeah. No, you're fucking right. And
Yeah, man.
like you warned me too much already. And it's funny because you brought it up. I didn't say, hey man, remember? No, you brought it up. And so like fuck you. So now it's in your head, and now it's in my head. Now I gotta get rid of it. So
There you go.
I'll figure it out, man. Bro. All right, man. Well, we almost did I think we did about 2 hours now, bro.
Yeah, man, that shit flew, brother. It was
Yeah.
fucking great talking to you, man.
Yeah,
God.
bro. Hey, bro, let's do this again.
Absolutely. I'm in, bro.
Hey, let's find another movie, another kung fu movie like this, bro. If you can find me another movie like this, fuck
All
it.
right, let's do this. Let's look at some videos, some movies.
Mhm,
I'll throw some names, some titles over your way, and then
mhm.
when we think we found the movie, we'll watch it and we'll discuss it. We'll come on and discuss it.
That'd be great, bro. Or
Huh?
we can do maybe like YouTube breakdowns of some shit that happened. Not like the Gracies, but maybe something fucking crazy or something. Something if something comes up.
What did you think about Rodolfo Vieira?
He fought this past weekend.
Yeah, he
I
got submitted, bro.
I did not see the fight.
Okay, I didn't see the fight either. I just
Mhm.
saw the YouTube clips, bro. Go watch it, bro.
Okay,
Go watch it. You know.
I'll go check it out.
And then the reason the reason I even freaking found out was because those jujitsu. I'm like I follow like 2 jujitsu groups on Facebook, and somebody posted like, so what do you guys think about a purple belt tapping out a black belt?
Ooh, is that what happened?
Have you seen those stupid memes? That whole micro adjustments. Like I guess some white belt tapped a purple belt and he posted it on Facebook and talked about like he like went into detail how he took his back all sneakily and then he did a little micro adjustments and he was able to get the choke and it, bro, it's kicked off like a meme, bro. Now everybody's using it, everybody's saying, oh, micro adjustments, and it got killed already. They beat it dead already, bro.
I saw like some memes or something, and I didn't understand what it was, and I'm like, "What's this coming from? Like, what is it?" And so, like, being the old guy that I am, I'm like, whatever. It's just what the kids are talking about, micro adjustments or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did not know that's where that came from.
Yeah, but sure enough, I seen the video and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know he fought.
Mm.
Sure enough, man, this guy, was just, bro, he was just outboxing him. You could tell Rodolfo was trying to freaking bring him down, bro, and by the time he got him in the guillotine, bro, and it was tight and everything, bro, and he tapped, bro, whatever, he lost, but
Yeah.
but it's in the the BJJ community, like, oh, a purple belt tapping, an ADCC champ, and then I think when they interviewed him too, they're like, you're like the first guy to tap an ADC champ in like 12 or 13 years since I forgot when or who.
Wow.
Yeah, I think since Forrest tapped out, what's his name? I don't remember. See if I can find it. But yeah,
Wow.
man, it's pretty cool. Hit up those videos, bro. Watch it.
Okay, I'll check that out. Because I know I follow Alexa Grasso. I know she fought, and I watched that fight.
Hmm.
And she fought Macy Barber, and she and I knew like I saw the two like leading up to the fight. I
Hmm.
saw Macy Barber. Like somebody poked me and said, "Hey man, like this fight's happening. I know you like Alexa Grasso because she has an amazing relationship with her father, and I really vibe with that. Like her father's her coach, and he's like in like every he's not like an annoying coach. He's they seem like good people. Like I really kind of like their relationship, and she seems like a good representation for the Mexican people, right?
Hmm.
So I follow her. I like her, and like I know that she's got more of a striking game. Um, so I saw Macy Barber's videos, and I saw Macy Barber. She's a world beater, but she when she comes in on the attack, when she starts her striking attacks, she's like throwing crazy amount of punches, really hard punches, but she's keeping that chin in the air. And, so my boy was like, "Hey man, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, she's gonna lose because every time she starts, boxing, every time she starts with the striking, her head goes up in the air, like her chin. She sticks her chin up,
Hmm.
and
Like what they say when what's his name? Was it Prince Hasim? Every time he put his arm, like he put his guards down, he put his hands down.
mhm.
Every time he fought, it's kind of like that, right? But it's just their style, bro.
it's
It's just the way they fight.
she seemed like maybe she had like a karate background. Maybe I don't know what her
Okay.
background is, but you know how some of the karate fighters they come in, they blitz in, and but they come in like and then they leap out, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's where that was coming from. But her chin was way in the air, and I said that shit's not gonna fly with Alexa Grasso. And she won the fight. So I was like, yes, I was right. But she didn't knock her out. I thought she would knock her out, honestly, because I thought that chin would have been there for the taking. But she did tuck it a little bit more than what I saw in the other fights that I've seen of her. And Alexa Grasso wasn't overwhelmed by the flurry that sometimes Macy Barber would throw on her. So she would get somebody up the cage and she would just fucking throw haymakers at the person, right? And that person would get overwhelmed or excited. And Alexa Grasso, having probably a little more striking knowledge, was able to weather the storm and fire back in the middle of the storm, which was amazing. But yeah, I wish I would have seen the whole fight. I did not know that there was something really interesting. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, definitely worth watching, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let's do this again, man. This was fun.
Yes, maybe
It's good talking to you.
maybe another thing we can do is we can do a recap of a fight or something whenever
There you go.
we have time. We
Awesome.
can watch maybe watch the next one and do a UFC one.
Sounds good, brother. Sounds like a plan.
All right, brother. Well, thanks so much, Eladio, for coming on. You got any? You want to give anybody a shout out? You got any Instagram things you want people to follow?
Nah, no Instagrams, nothing like that, man.
Nothing like that. You
But since in the spirit of jiu-jitsu, we were talking about jiu-jitsu, I just want to shout out to our Professor Andre Terencio. Professor, I love you. I miss you. The whole Brazil 021 team. Miss all those guys. And, guys at Maximus, I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
All right. Good stuff, man.
All right, brother.
Thanks so much for coming on, brother.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right. This is Eladio OtraVez. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. The music you're listening to is titled Lionheart, and it's by Raxi. You can find them over at Epidemic Sound. Man, there was a couple of times there I choked up a little bit because I was remembering the movie and I got all emotional again. I know I'm silly. I cry at kung fu movies. I cry at a lot of stupid movies. I cry at cartoons. I'm just that kind of guy. I think if you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, you're gonna like this goddamn movie. Once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment wherever you get your podcasts at. Make sure you follow us over at Instagram as The Flow Roll and give us a shout out, a comment. Tell us whatever's on your mind. Don't forget to visit our website. We are at theflowrollpodcast.com. There you can find all our content, links to our social, and a link to our store. In case you're in need of a throw pillow or fancy mug with our logo on it. You can find that there. Everything we mentioned in the podcast is going to be down in the description. I'm talking about the schools, link to the movie, and everything else. Thanks so much, Eladio, for coming on, man. It was great talking to you. We're going to do it again. All right, this is Edgar OtraVez, man. We'll catch you next time. Bye.